the White House, President Eisenhower signs the proclamation that makes Alaska's entry into the Union official, nearly 92 years after Lincoln's Secretary of State bought the territory from the Russian Tsar for $7 million.
The Alaska Wild Project podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Barney's Sports Chalet, supplying hunters with the best hand-selected gear since 1963. The exclusive home of frontier gear built for the rugged Alaskan terrain. Your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Visit Barney's today at 906 West Northern Lights.
Big Rays, the Alaskan outfitter, committed to outfitting Alaskans across the state since 1947. Whether you're a recreator, parent, guide, or corporate buyer, Big Rays has the gear you need, tailored for Alaska's harsh conditions. Check out their new exclusive line of Auralic waders. Big Rays for all your outdoor gear and rugged work attire. BigRays.com.
Tailored Restoration 24-hour emergency home services, helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Give them a call in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Hit them up at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Total Truck and Alaska Overlander, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlanding products, providing all-inclusive rental vehicles and trailers custom outfitted to explore the Alaskan backcountry with a unique and convenient traveling experience.
TheTreehouseAK.com, located at 341 Boniface Parkway, Alaska's own and grown cannabis and CBD store. Ask the bud tender what the strain of the day is to get your 10% off. The Treehouse, where the culture lives. AKO Farms, located in Sitka, Alaska, built from the ground up with concentrates as their single motivation, with exclusive products such as their sugar wax, full spectrum diamond sauce carts, and more. Ask your local bud tender about AKO. Marijuana has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming and addictive. Marijuana impairs concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence. There are health risks associated with consumption of marijuana. For the use of only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of the reach of children, and marijuana should not be used by women who are pregnant or breastfeeding.
The Bait Shack, located on Ship Creek upstream of the bridge. Can't miss the bright red shack. They are the go-to fishing gear rental and guide service on Ship Creek. Tight lines and fish on. Come hook into the action with them. Hit them up at thebaitshackak.com.
Lawn Pro AK, Alaska's year-round professional property maintenance team. Services include weekly lawn care, custom landscaping, fertilizing, weed control, turf repair, and more. Schedule your free estimate at lawnproak.com.
Alaska's OG cider company, Double Shovel, crafting gluten-free colonial-style ciders, founded as a healthier, non-inflammatory brew option. Drop by their Pop and Tap room in Anchorage off of 58th and Arctic, or visit the second location in Kodiak. Double Shovel, award-winning ciders.
The Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. BHA is the voice of our Alaskan public lands, waters, and wildlife. Their goal is to uphold our hunting and fishing legacy while keeping our public lands wild. Stand up today and join BHA at backcountryhunters.org.
Make sure you get her good side over there, okay?
The pre-show
Oh, you
photos?
want me in the back? Okay. Like, who's that dude in the back? Welcome to Alaska Wild Project, episode 141. That's a lot of shows. Today we have Jeri Rodriguez. Jeri with it's an odd spelling of your name.
It's a J.
J and one R. No Y. And Lisa Agnew. Thanks for coming in from the Anchorage Snowmobile Club.
Anchorage Snowmobile.
Pull that mic
Thanks
a little
for
closer.
having us. Thank you.
Lisa, how do you spell Agnew?
Agnew.
Just the way it...
Just Agnew.
Just
Yep.
Agnew. Okay. All right.
Jeri's
I'm having a
Jeri.
technical difficulty with my computer, so I'm going to do some notes and some things on my phone until I get this figured out. But
before we're going to get into
welcome,
yes,
ladies.
welcome. We're going to get into the Snowmobile Club, but I want to know why. First of all, it's snowmobile, not snow machine. Because, as all Alaskans know, we call it snow machining, or as my Colombian mom would say, snomachining.
Snowmachine?
He's going snowmachining.
I wish you guys called it the Snow Go Club.
Oh, the snow. That's what they call in Minnesota.
I think I'll take this
Snow
one.
gold.
I'll take this one.
Okay, you got it, Jeri.
Oh.
So my parents
The shy one?
started this back in 1992. 92, and it was formed over Meatloaf. Like a few people got together and wanted to build a club, and that's how it started. And I'm guessing back in the 90s, maybe Snowmachine wasn't really...
The term.
That wasn't the term back then?
Is that more the bro term?
I don't know.
Bro
I think
turn's a
sledding.
sled.
Yeah.
Oh, the
sledding.
sled.
It's a sled.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Oh, I'll come pick up your sled, bro.
It's pretty 50-50. Most call it snowmobile, and the other half.
I like
calls it-
that the
No,
origin
no.
there. How it's the beauty of Meatloaf bringing people together and forming this amazing idea.
I know, right? And it's still going.
A fun
hope-
fact.
Hope they weren't eating it with ketchup though. I'd be disappointed.
Don't they put some kind of sauce on that? Fun fact that I only had meatloaf. Didn't have meatloaf until I was like 30 years old.
What?
Yeah, I told you this. My family's from
No,
Colombia.
I mean, I
All
know
we
a
ate
thing
was
about
like
it, but-
Colombian food. And I went to like my friend's
30 though.
place one time, and they had meatloaf, and I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Is this like bread or what is this?" I didn't know what it was. Okay. I was like, "Is this some
mystery meat.
white people shit? What is this? Some fucking
That
white
is
people
some-
stuff?"
that is some white people shit for sure. It is.
Anyway, not the biggest fan.
Served with
I'm sure your
biscuits and
parents'
mashed
meatloaf
potatoes,
is
I'm sure.
delicious, but
I don't know who cooked it. I mean, just. Who knows?
I am open to
just
the
know
idea.
It was made over meatloaf.
The club was made over meatloaf. Okay.
Yep.
But I'm down to try like a good. Where is a good meatloaf? Where can you get a good meatloaf other than like someone's grandma's house? You know, look at my man.
Dude, Mary knows.
Where? Tell me.
Where can you get good meatloaf?
Yeah.
Yeah, where's the meatloaf spot?
And New Sagaya makes that right.
New Sagaya?
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
What?
Would
Like
never
ready? To,
thought that.
like in the hot section where the Chinese food is?
It's not what I would have thought.
Nope.
but
Really?
Yeah. I feel like, doesn't Kreiner's make meatloaf?
I bet they
bet
Kreiner's
would.
Diner has a meatloaf.
They
It's like,
closed.
some,
They
it's like a
closed.
grandma.
Yeah.
What?
They closed that one on the east side.
That was like a burger joint?
Yeah.
Man, that nothing ever lasts in those weird little strip
No.
deals
I
like
think
that.
49th State Brewing Company makes a meatloaf too, but I've never had it.
Okay, you're right. I think I've seen that on the menu recently.
No.
Okay.
Thumbs down. Dry. You said. Yeah, man.
Never mind.
Listen.
Don't go there.
My mom's meatloaf's pretty mean.
I bet your mom's is.
Yeah, well, she puts breakfast sausage in it.
Ooh.
And so it just
it's
gives
like a
it-
little sweet, spicy kind
Yeah,
of.
like a juicier, kind of greasier texture to it too.
What's that red sauce that people put on the top? It reminds me of like that lunch, like elementary Salisbury steak that was so nasty.
I love that shit.
You remember that?
I love that salad.
You did? I did.
love
You're
it.
so white.
Love it.
You're-
Dude. I mean, I eat a lot of stuff. I eat a lot of wild game. I'll try fish and, anything I'm not allergic to. But I definitely am down for like the Hungry Man,
Yeah.
like fucking TV
Yeah,
dinner
yeah.
and shit. Crush it.
Really?
Love it.
Moose. Moose is the best.
Oh, moose loaf?
Moose.
Oh, moose
Well,
meatloaf?
yeah.
does
Caribou's
that your-
good, but moose.
Really?
Yeah, so she would do moose burger with caribou breakfast sausage mixed,
Ooh.
and she would make a meatloaf out of that, and that was always really.
You should
really
tell her
good.
to make it for one of our trips.
Oh, she
I'll
would
try
love.
it.
She
I'll
would
try it.
love that, dude. And she makes them with these cheese biscuits and homemade
Brandon's
mashed
mom
potatoes.
is like the
Ooh.
camp mom. Whenever we go, we do a lot of family camp trips, and 4th of July we spend together, and fishing trips. And
Big
his
groups.
mom is always there, and she's just like the lady who's coming out with the, what's the morning drink? The
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Marys in the morning, and then
Homemade.
she's coming with some like
Not
other
Bailey's?
froofies.
Bailey's and coffee?
Well, that
Oh,
too.
I mean, it's if you don't want a Bloody Mary, she has that too. But
yeah.
no, you're right. Okay, so you're right. Bailey's and coffee, and the Bloody Marys are like 10:30, so they're like that brunchy
you
breakfast.
progress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
When you're ready to turn the
Turn
next
it up a
chapter.
lit.
Well,
yeah, there you go.
sledding, though, Bailey's and coffee is...
Oh, it goes
must
hand
go.
in
The
hand.
duck fart at a lodge after you've
Yeah.
ridden for an hour.
Oh,
Yes.
man,
Yes.
I don't know that a duck fart tastes any better than after a long cold ride.
Yes.
Damn, washed down with a Miller Lite on draft.
That's another Alaskan
Just keeping it G.
thing. They don't have that anywhere else.
Duck farts?
Yeah, if you go to
Yeah,
try to
I don't
ask for
even know
that
what
somewhere
that-
else, they're
I don't
like,
know what that
"What?"
is.
Did you know that?
I like hot buttered rum.
Ooh.
But I have a secret family recipe, and we use that Scroll peanut butter liquor. So good. That's my go-to drink.
Okay.
That actually sounds good. I love butter rum.
Super good.
I don't. 30 years old though for the first time you had meatloaf.
Yeah,
Like you didn't go over to some white boy homie.
Yeah, I
homie's
did. I
friend,
got invited to someone's
after soccer game or something.
Yeah, something. I don't know what it was, and I was disappointed. I'll be honest. I ate it because I'm not gonna complain. But
How can you know it's meat? I mean, are you a vegetarian?
no,
Is that what
I am
you're
the
trying to say?
opposite of
he's a
vegetarian.
carnivore for sure.
I am the opposite.
It's definitely not.
Well, Colombian food is so like rich and fried and not dry and seasoned. I don't know. It must have just been the worst meatloaf ever.
It's not loafy. Colombian food is not loafy.
No, there's no
Things
loaf.
are never made in a loaf type
Nah.
shape or form.
No, they're not.
Big blocks of meat.
There's nothing loafy about it.
No, there's no loaf action going on
You
there.
live in Alaska. It's all about meat and cheese, in my opinion.
Yeah, we have a lot of meat and cheese.
meat and
but
cheese and
just not
taters.
in
We
a-
could just
not in a
live
bread
off
form.
meat and cheese, and
Yes.
maybe potatoes
And beer.
Those three.
Ooh,
And beer. There you go.
yeah. I
Dang.
have to throw the vodka in there too. I mean, if you're gonna,
Yeah,
if
I like
you
to-
had to
I like tequila.
gun to your
though.
head, you'll just I'll take vodka.
Yeah.
That's the Russians that brought that over.
I'm telling you, man, it's in
That's
all of
true.
us. It's in all of
is.
us somehow, some way.
But I didn't find out what that red sauce is that's on top.
Yeah, I never
it-
did answer the
It's
question.
not ketchup?
I mean, I think people do ketchup, but my mom made it. It kind of reminded me of the shit you put on a sloppy Joe or mixed in the sloppy Joe, but it was the sauce, that sauce, but like on
A
top.
little thicker. Are you Googling it?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I was never a fan.
What's the red sauce on top of
So a lot of
meatloaf?
times with my mom's, I'll eat hers, but I'll like secretly scrape it. And if there's mashed potatoes and gravy, I'll put gravy on my meatloaf.
Oh,
That's always a good move.
okay. Because it's so dry.
I mean, I've definitely had some whack ass meatloaf that I was like, clink, clink, clink.
Does it have the green stuff in it? What is that? Don't they have like a
Thyme,
No, it's like not cucumber, but
Peppers. You
celery.
could have peppers in it.
peppers, celery, like the like
Yeah.
the stuff you have when you eat wings. Doesn't it have like those in that?
That's okay. Yeah, it's like a traditional.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Alright.
I'm open to it, but I'm not gonna be like craving it. Like, ooh, let me get that meatloaf.
Oh man, what do I want tonight, honey? Let's get a loaf going. Pull a loaf out of the oven. All right, moving on from
Okay,
meatloaf.
yeah, moving on from there. Moving
We
on
can keep
from there.
going.
Yeah.
Put cheese in that shit.
Have you guys been seeing the Campbell Lake drama? Have you read the news in the morning or nothing?
Is that the easement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's getting critical.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Do you live on Campbell Lake?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I don't.
I was
No,
about to
but
say
she
baller.
is like the woman
live-
that knows about every.
Oh, so you do know
everything
about
and
it.
everything about Muni and.
Okay.
All
Oh,
of
you're
that stuff.
you're up in it.
No.
Well,
I'm not all
enlighten
of it.
us then.
No, I'm not. I've seen some articles in the past about the whole easement fight and allowing public access. The last I heard, though, the state of Alaska wrote a letter stating that there was an actual easement for public use,
Yep.
and then the neighborhood keeps trying to block it off.
Yeah, there was actually like a federal lawsuit that two of the owners put in there, saying that that's like federal waters, and that so the state doesn't have the right for whatever. But it's like, well, hold on, man. The whole creek is in the
Whoa,
state,
whoa.
and does the Muni stock that lake? I think they do.
Okay, back up, just if you guys don't mind. What started this? Like, where did this come from?
People are trying to use.
So out of tune. I'm
Okay.
out of touch, man. I don't know what's going on in the world.
People are trying to
other than
access
the war
lakes.
over in Israel. I don't know what's
Right,
going
it's
on.
ice fishing time. People are trying to go skating.
Okay,
People are
okay.
trying to go fishing, and people are trying
Yeah.
to access the lakes. Campbell Lake is one of the biggest lakes in Anchorage. I believe there's all
Tons of private
kind of
property
fish
all
in
over.
there because Campbell Creek has trout and salmon and all
Yeah.
this stuff. And so all the people that live there just think that they own the lake, that that's a homeowner's lake. And then the people that are wanting to access it have been having to go like between these people's yards, which is like the access point.
There's an actual
And then
legit easement?
the guy like put up a fence, and
Oh,
then,
you're not
like,
allowed to do that though.
No, because there's
Yeah.
supposed to be an easement there.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been traditionally like a sign or really like
No signage or any like true
yes.
giving people direction.
But now they did put a sign. I want to say like a year
Oh.
ago or something
Yeah.
like that. But it's still like drama. Everyone, I know a few homeowners in that area. This is a very beautiful lake, very beautiful homes on there, but they don't own the water. You know what I mean?
No.
Nope.
So
Public
it's a
access.
big
Nobody owns
deal.
water.
So now there's lawsuits, federal lawsuits, state lawsuits, all this stuff, so that people can access the lake.
One
Basically
year,
what it is.
didn't they try to have like a raid the lake in the middle of winter?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Say what?
Like a bunch of people, like
Yeah.
regular
Taking
peasants.
the lake back.
Yeah, they had a Facebook page, and it was like back when like there was that whole Area 55 raid that they had going on. There, that same year, they decided to come up with like a group that was supposed to raid the lake. I don't know if it ever happened though, but it was pretty comical. I think somebody brought their snow machine out there actually.
Yeah, well, it is one of those lakes, which a lot of them aren't in town, that you can use, that you can motorize. You can jet ski, you can ride your snow machine out there in the winter, you can do all kind of stuff. Whereas a lot of the other lakes aren't. I don't even know if there's another
I
one.
don't think there is. Not in Anchorage.
No, right? That's like the only motorized lake. So people are.
Yeah.
I think it is. Do you know,
Ride
Jerry?
sleds
No,
on
Sand Lake is
Campbell Lake.
motorized.
Sand Lake is.
sure.
It's
Yes.
not. He
You
says.
can.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, I thought people had outboards and stuff on Sand Lake that lived on the lake. No.
No, because that's for the planes.
Okay.
So homeowners got planes out there.
Oh, so
Okay.
the plane, that's different
Okay.
I got a crazy story about Campbell Lake.
though. Okay.
So
let's
my
hear it.
Please
ex-husband,
share.
his parents, they moved up here in the early 70s, and they debated buying a piece of land to build a house on over on, it's like 2, 3, 4 streets away from the actual lake, right? So they debated on that piece of land versus buying a property on the lake. And they didn't buy the land on the lake over $5,000. And they literally would be millionaires right now if they hadn't
Oh,
bought
yeah.
that property. That land versus, it
Oh,
was like
man.
a $5,000 difference.
Bad move. Well, I think
Gotta
all
have
the
a crystal
people.
ball, man.
Well, I think all the people that live in that, if you're like not actually on the lake, and you could probably answer this more, I'm sure, as a realtor, you say, hey, you have Campbell Lake access. You're in a lake area. You're like in the Jewel Lake area. You're in DeLong Lake. You're in Campbell Lake area. It's a selling point.
Yeah, but
And then like all those people can't go to the lake unless you know whoever lives at 3248, whatever, Campbell Lake Road. Right?
I think if you have an opportunity to buy land on a lake and it's, you know, at that threshold of being close to the city, I would buy it. I would not
Yeah.
wait. Because eventually it'll probably be $1 million property.
Yeah.
At some point, it will be most likely in your lifetime.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So state lawsuit aims to declare Campbell Lake as public lake. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I did a quick search on it. I was just looking at a good old Google map, and it's got a full red border around it, and I'm trying to figure out what does that mean exactly. No entry whatsoever.
No peasants allowed. That's what that means.
Yep. Yeah. Where is the easement? Public access off 100th. Campbell Lake public access south side. So
There's one on the
is-
south side and one on the north side.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think.
But it's still
wasn't
just, like,
there,
right-
Like a house built right in the middle of the easement on one of them.
Yeah, his fence goes through.
And
the
you'd be
easement.
walking right through people's lawn to get there, which I'm sure they're super excited to watch that out their back window, drinking coffee, and some dude just walking through your yard.
I mean,
jump in
I
the
can
lake.
I can understand that If
Sure.
that dude
Sure.
that lives there in his $1 million house, and you got
Yeah.
so and so, that's the access.
That's the north easement access.
Can you airdrop that to me?
Yeah.
It's like a social media photo or something.
If you, it's actually, somebody put a pin on Google Maps. So if you were to type in Campbell Lake North Easement Public Access.
Oh, you know what we should do?
Can you move that mic a little bit more? There you go.
I'm gonna go to Onyx Hunt.
And see what it says.
Yeah, I'm just curious now.
I think it's going
Right?
to be Daniel's MacBook. Let me make sure my airdrop's on for everybody. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I wonder if. So, what do you guys think's gonna happen?
I think the homeowners are going to lose.
I think so too.
Because there's a whole bunch of drama with water. Like, we had John on here when he did the whole thing with his
Airboat.
yeah, with the airboat
right.
deal. So all those
it was
Alaska
a
waters
hovercraft.
with this hovercraft. That's what it was.
Yeah, that went to Supreme Court
Yep.
and got blasted. So okay, that easement is on the south side.
Okay, so here's the picture of it. Thanks for sharing that, Lisa. I mean, you
you
are walking
imagine
right
people?
between these people's yard. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
There's
But I
not
don't see
even
the
a
fence.
road.
Maybe that's the other side has the fence.
That's the other side.
That's the other side. Yeah. I mean, that sucks for those
Campbell
guys.
Lake Owners Incorporated. Okay.
But there's no access to like back up a boat or back up your your jet
No,
skis
none
or
of
something
that.
like that, right? But I think they're trying to like make it that way.
Well, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a battle to the end.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. That's interesting.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Do you see
was
that
happening.
guy that tried to go ice skating in Westchester and fell in?
No.
Yes.
Jeez. Like,
Well,
just
that
gets a
has-
little nippy out, and you're like, I'm going to go out on the lake.
I have
Well-
a video because I live on Cheney Lake.
Okay.
And
Oh, okay.
I have a video. On Sunday it was open, and then the following day, this was last weekend.
Are you
I
behind
think.
the Baptist temple?
I'm not buying the.
No, behind
Baptist.
it. Live behind it.
Behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That was
Yeah.
just old stomping ground. So
Oh yeah,
that was one of my bus stops.
it's a nice little area
Oh
actually.
yeah, it's
It
a
is
cool little
nice over
pocket.
there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there was like people out there with baby carriages, and
Out on the ice?
they were ice skating. I got a video of it.
There was a bunch
Wow.
of people up on Rabbit Lake too.
Yeah,
It
that-
sounds like it's
It's
kind of
higher
all over the
altitude.
place at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
It's
blew
been
up.
cold for a
'cause
while with
that,
no snow.
Yeah.
Well, my daughter's homies are, they live on Campbell Lake actually, and they're skating on it. Been skating on it. So
Well, I guess Westchester has that little. He
There's
probably
a
went
little
by
warm water right
he
there.
probably went by one of the entrances or exits of the lake, and
yeah,
he fell
I mean,
in.
there's warm water moving through there, so
But
that's not a good
he
spot.
had like the
the
little picks or whatever
Yeah.
that they
Okay.
wear.
oh okay.
But yeah, the Rabbit Lake thing that blew up like crazy. Like,
Yeah, my daughter just today on the way to practice, we saw you on the road. It's like, Dad, I want to go up there. I'm like, you got to hike up there.
yeah, it's like almost 5
It's like
miles.
we're just pulling up with the truck and you're jumping on the lake.
Yeah,
Oh, what? No, people aren't doing that. I'm like,
but now you can't even get parking now. It's like blown up now,
well.
and the ice is all. They're not hot mopping it.
No,
It's already
probably
all skated on. It's already all chopped up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys skate? You know how to skate? No?
Yeah.
You
I
never
like
skate?
things with engines.
You like things with engines.
It's good to have an engine.
Okay.
If you ain't got a motor, I ain't going.
Flying, boating, sledding, wave runners in the ocean.
So you're not one
yes.
for putting a 30-pound pack on and
If
going
it
for a
takes
10.
work, like to get there. I mean, besides hiking, I love hiking.
All right,
but
all right,
motors. Yes.
I dig it. I
The
dig it.
smell of two-stroke.
Oh,
yes.
you like that.
That is
Yeah.
I think you either love that or you don't.
I was that kid when I was little, just sitting there smelling it.
No, yeah. It
know
feels
if
wrong.
that's
It feels
good, but-
wrong. Until you get on a sled that's running really rich, and it gives you a really bad headache after a full day just sucking it. Just you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those jets are just tweaked a little bit wrong, and that thing's just blue smoking so hard. Oh my God. We used to have a little 340 Jag. That was my first sled in like 92 or something like that. Riding Petersville, back in the day. And, man, we had some guy adjust the carbs like the third year we had it because it was running kind of weird. And I remember taking it out that next ride and I had the worst. I felt sick to my stomach. So I was just... I mean, that shit I'm pretty sure it might still be in my lungs, actually.
Was that bad?
It was that bad, yeah. I was like, Dad, this thing's smoking too much. Oh, it'll blow out. It'll blow out. Just pin it. I'm like, I've been pinning it all day.
You have to go faster than the smoke.
I'm like, it's only a 340, Dad, man. Track spin's only going to go so fast. Man, those are good times, though, man. That like, first intro to snow machining on, like, a 340, 440, those lesser powered, no paddle on them, just like basically a belt track on it.
I grew up
Those
on
are
an
good
Indy
times.
Light little red sled. She was awesome.
Little 440?
Take that sucker and they would just
Oh, it's probably a 340 also.
jump off of. So much fun. Everybody always wanted to steal my sled
Yeah.
because us
Little
kids,
little short
man,
track?
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, it's good times. I think Daniel still has an OG sled.
No,
Phaser or some
the
shit?
VMAX.
VMAX, that's right.
No, my brother sold it and got that Scandic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was a pogo stick, or the pogo style VMAX, right? Is that
I don't know what that means.
like the pogo shocks?
I know.
You guys remember
It
the
was
pogo
like-
shocks
it
on
was
the
like-
Yamaha?
Oh yeah.
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 Oh man,
That thing was a tank, dude. Oh, my
yeah.
God, dude.
made for the lake.
Yeah. Made for like racing on the
Stay
lake.
straight and
Yeah. Yeah.
no turns, definitely no powder.
Oh, yeah.
No. My dad bought that I don't know, we were like kids and he bought that and we just rallied around on the street. Like we never even took it anywhere. We didn't even have a trailer. I don't even know how he got it to the house. We would just ride it up and down.
You put it in the back of the Eagle, bro.
Yeah, he might have. Yeah.
That's the Alaskan way.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, we had it was oh gosh darn it, we just shared that story. Oh my God, dude, what borderline? The Liska.
Mm-hmm.
Liska's parents bought their first snow machine and brought it home. The Eagle.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was referencing to.
Yeah.
I was
The
referencing
Eagle.
to. Yeah.
Did you guys dress up for Halloween yesterday?
No, I went to church.
Oh, what a good Christian.
I know.
Look at you over here sinning today,
I
though.
feel
Holy
good.
dedicated.
I feel good.
Yeah,
Damn, just rebirth today.
there you go. Just
fresh
fresh,
start.
just fresh start.
I went to a children's glow show.
Okay.
Okay.
Was there candy trick-or-treating type activities involved whatsoever?
No, it was just a glow show. It's
A
pretty
glow
cool.
show. Oh, that's nice.
King's Church.
King's Church.
Damn, we had trick-or-treaters till almost 10 o'clock last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like that.
Well, you guys
last-
have everyone has fires in their driveway and stuff
Yep.
like that.
Yeah, I was one of them. Yeah, I had my.
Well, I think
did
it's.
the
I noticed
driveway fire last
now,
night.
like our neighborhood used to be cracking with Halloween kids.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
think
Lots
now-
of families right there.
But I think now, everyone's going to those neighborhoods where everyone has the fire outside, like the other side of Turnagain or some of the nicer neighborhoods, to get those big. You're passing out them king size.
Old Turnagain, that's one of the best ones. You
Yeah.
got all them rich people in there, man. They just load you up.
Yeah, that's where my son went with
Full
his
size
friends.
candy bar houses.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you get the full size candy bar over there.
Everybody's got campfires in their driveways.
That's what
Yeah.
we did. We neighborhood poached last night. Campbell Lake was one of them.
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Well, I think more people are doing that. So, I saw way less kids in our neighborhood
Yeah.
because I think, it's more cool to go to the other ones and go check out other neighborhoods.
Just seems like there's more people participating. So it's like,
More family environment.
yeah.
type.
What was a very mild conditions last night? It was very, I'm going to say warm.
It was. I mean, last year it
For
rained.
Halloween, it was warm.
It rained last year, if you remember. it rained, and then the year before it was like snowing like a motherfucker, or like freezing. It was like super cold, and it's been snowing.
Yeah.
So actually, it was pretty pleasant.
2 years ago, I remember Halloween was Sunday because we got started trick or treating early, and we went to a different wing of our neighborhood, and it was bone dry. Like we were walking on dry pavement. Mm-hmm. So I know that was another mild.
But it was probably freezing.
It was cold, but it was dry. But yeah, last night, I mean, I was in a hoodie and a vest, had the campfire and cold beers going, and we were out there till like 11 o'clock last night.
10 o'clock's late. I think the cutoff's
It's like,
9.
man, just Tuesday is bullshit.
It was hurting
Gotta
today.
go to work tomorrow. Oh, yeah, it was not 100%.
I like to drink beers and walk around with my kid, and man, I had a couple too many.
Yeah.
I was hurt.
Halloween will do that to you.
At the beginning of this month, I thought we were going to be in snow by Halloween.
For sure. It was actually very easy peasy October.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
there's
been
not
nice.
the weather's very, very mild, and I personally loved it. I was not in a hurry for snow.
We are.
I mean,
You guys are.
it
Right.
comes.
Bring
It
it
comes. That season's nice and
If
long.
it's going to be cold, we should have snow.
I mean,
Agree.
has it really been cold though?
It's been cold.
Like, there's been like maybe a few 25-degree.
Pull it up a
That's
little bit,
like
Jeri.
that's perfect riding temperatures is 30 degrees.
Yeah,
Pull
yeah.
that mic up,
Perfect.
Jerry, a little bit to your
Oh,
mouth there.
perfect.
Yeah, that's
30 riding.
perfect in March.
30.
Yeah.
When there's a snowpack and there's
Sun's
conditions.
out.
Yeah, that's when 30 feels amazing.
You can wear a
Shit, that's
t-shirt.
hoodie. That's like t-shirt hoodie weather.
Yeah.
But it's not good for the ice skaters that are trying to
Screw the
skate.
ice skaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not really worried about them right now.
Motors, remember? We like motors.
Motors,
That's
yes.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
I gotcha. I
I
gotcha.
prefer a motor.
Gasoline.
I'll ice skate and hike if I have to, but yeah, I prefer a motor.
Is there anybody riding? Is there rideable snow?
There is.
Yes.
Summit usually gets snow early, and I know guys in Fairbanks or Cantwell, you can kind of get going early, but
I saw Jeff Dennis, Sled Alaska. They were already out there riding like in October.
I seen some guys with sleds on their decks, and they didn't look like they just picked them up from shops. It looked like they were going riding.
Yeah.
So I figured there must be a honey hole somewhere with just enough snow to rip a lug off, maybe bend a radius rod or trailing arm, or
Yeah.
those early rides are always a casualty or two with the snowmobile parts.
Yeah, there's not really enough for base yet, so yeah,
Hell
you're
no.
going to be hitting stuff.
They're riding Summit right now.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
figured.
there's over a couple feet up there.
Wow.
They've been riding it.
Well, there
But
was
it's too far of a drive
There
for
was
me.
a gnarly.
That's a
There
long
was a
way.
gnarly storm like 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I remember the advisory on the during a football game, and it was in the Copper River Basin in that area. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, that's going to probably drop enough snow to get dudes out
Yeah.
breaking shit at least. So
It's going to
that
make the
must have been-
dealerships happy.
yeah. Well, I just always feel for the dude that wads his sled up. He's all ambitious. Just went and picked his $19,000 turbo up.
Don't do it.
Hits a
Don't
rock
do
and
it.
Hatcher's Pass, and the fucker's down the whole winter because
are-
it's on back order.
Smashers Pass.
No.
Smashers Pass. That's funny. I never heard of that.
Dude, it's
good.
so rocky
Some
up there.
early season riders.
Yeah.
Yep. I've been
can't
I've
wait.
been that guy. Been that guy.
Did you go get your sled?
Not
Your
yet.
new one?
I need to go get it.
Oh, we got a new hot boy.
She snow checked a new one
There you go.
Well,
for the
kids.
for the keto.
Yeah, we were doing Snowmachine tours last winter, but I don't think we're gonna do them this winter. So it's just for the kids this year. So it's a little Polaris Evo RMK 550.
Oh, fan.
Yeah.
Fan cool.
Oh yeah. When we were
Nice.
doing tours, we got a lot of feedback that was an awesome sled. People would stay afloat on deep snow, and it was easy to maneuver. So
Just enough power.
just enough power. I hear you can change out the throttle on it and give it a little bit more power. There's like some mods you can do actually to give it more
What's
power.
the track length on that?
136, 140.
Okay, is it kind of like something
it's
maybe like
short.
a crossover type?
It's definitely it's a crossover trail sled.
Okay, cool.
But
Where were
It
the
doesn't overheat on the trails.
Nope.
Which is great.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
ride, you can
With the
putt
fed.
around.
That's the move. Mhm.
yeah.
Where's this at Cheney Lake?
No.
She's out there doing pow turns on
No,
Jeannie.
last year, last winter when it dumped, there was a few people out there on Cheney Lake.
I bet you could. I took our students to go ice fishing out there, and there was a bunch of snow. We had to go shovel.
I feel like if you really wanted to, on some of those days, you could have ripped your sled around the city. And there wasn't any police or anybody that was going to catch you or get you.
Especially after those snow days and they didn't come plow for like a week.
Yeah.
Well, when
Just
I was a kid,
out there in the Meridian
we always
on
went
the
to
highway.
Upper Huffman. Like, that's where I learned how to go riding, was Upper Huffman.
That's our like little
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
And now it's hit or miss.
Well,
I mean, it's been open a lot more.
You
few years.
literally went to Upper Huffman
Oh,
and
yeah.
rode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went. Yeah.
So they still do open it if there's enough snow, right?
If there's
Correct.
enough snow.
It's such
they'll
a
open
bullshit. Like, it's open. Nah, it's closed. Psych. The next
But
day.
we
Yeah.
It's
don't, we
weird.
don't get the
It's
snow
very
like we used to,
short-lived.
though.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's coming back.
Somebody goes in there
If
and
last
then
year
hits
was an
alder
indication,
and
because
it's
growing
over.
up, you grew up here. I mean, we grew up here. Like we used to jump off the second story of the roof under the yard because there's so much
Yeah.
snow,
Yeah.
you know. And it hasn't been like that, but hopefully it comes back.
It's so nice.
I did read something that like the currents change and all that stuff, so it's going to be like how it was in the 80s because that's what's causing the snow and the weather to change, like the ocean currents and all that.
Getting that El Nino cycle.
Just a
going
little
on.
fun fact for you guys.
I actually really think we're going to, I hate to say this for the Snowmobile Club folks, but I think we're going to have a lean snow winter. Just being like my spidey senses from living here and like the cycles when you have those like really crazy winters and then you have like a winter that's weird, but then we'll have 3 or 4 winters that are going to be amazing. So
Invest in some skates.
invest and get your snow machine now, even if it is one of those winters. And then the winter really, really hits in the future, then you're ready to go. You get your sled.
Yeah, but then you want the new one.
The prices go up every
The prices
year.
are insane.
It's gotten
Stupid.
just bonkers now.
I took my
It's
old.
gone bonkers
Oh my
now.
god! I took my
It's
old
like
machine.
buying a car now.
It's like
basically.
$38,000 for the new.
Well, the payments are like buying a car for sure.
Yeah.
You know, $400 payment on a snow machine. I'm like,
Yeah, like what, 6.57% interest rates on
yeah,
them
interest
bad
rates
boys?
suck, too.
Maybe more. I don't even know.
oh, and they're flying off the
I'm
shelf
looked.
still, though.
They are.
They are.
They are.
18, 20 grand. I'll take one.
Yeah.
I mean,
More
I
than
won't
that,
take
this
one,
guy
but-
told me that hot boy at the new Skidoo whatever expedition blah 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 is like 36 with all the shit on it, like getting shipped out to villages and stuff like that.
With the smart seat.
Yeah,
like,
the seat, dude. It's like, I mean, there's more shit on there than my truck. It's just like heated seats and windshields and massage chair and like it was auto drive. It was a lot. He's like explaining all this shit. I'm like, damn, it's a lot. Yeah, they're getting crazy with that.
I can't really decide if I want a Polaris or a Skidoo. Kind of very torn. That's why I've not gotten a new one
Our
yet.
new oncoming sponsor would tell you definitely want to go to Alaska mining and diving.
All right, so
And go get
last
a
winter,
Skidoo.
my
There you
mom
go.
got a
Yes.
brand new
Good
sled, Polaris, and the boyfriend got a brand new Skidoo, and I rode both of them. And I hate to say it because I grew up Polaris drilled into my brain
What are you going
from
to
my
say?
father my whole entire life.
Which
and
one
I
would you
rode
go
the
with?
Skidoo for the first time, and I'm like, I kind of like the way this rides better.
Yeah. Is that what Chad's? Did he get a Skidoo? Is he selling his Polaris?
No. He sold the Polaris, got another Polaris, the non-turbo
Okay,
Polaris.
that's right.
Eric switched from Polaris and snow checked a Summit.
A Summit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's
those
not
things
really
look so
like super
badass.
brand loyal on a snowmobile.
Yeah.
He pretty much just kind of like rides what he likes. Now, for the record, the Polaris chassis over the last decade has been far better average rider sled to buy, in my opinion. You could not be the greatest rider, just kind of know how to throw a snow machine around.
Yep.
And you could get on a Pro RMK and like, oh my God, I'm the best rider ever. But then you can go and get on a Renegade or something and you're just like, I can't fucking get this thing to stay over, or there'll be so many fights. But then a Skidoo guy like Carlo.
Is that you?
That is
like Carlo
definitely
or
me.
Cisco, they're like, I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah.
You know, our buddy Josh had a Lynx for 2 rides and couldn't stand it. Like, you know, he went back to his expert. So
Beefy.
like too beefy for him.
Yeah.
So my brother just shot me a text message yesterday. He works at AME, associated with Alaska Mining and Diving, the old Suzuki Arctic Cat. Mm-hmm. They just got some new Arctic Cats in. They're all new.
Are they neon
Design.
green and
People
purple?
still ride those?
I know, right?
No, they're
coming
trying
back.
to come back. They're trying to make.
No, they're
a
coming
comeback.
back. Yeah. They,
You got the Arctic Cat colors on right there.
I do.
Purple and
kind of old
the
school.
Purple and green.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's my
Yeah.
sponsor.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Man, Cal was the old OG, man. We were just talking about this a few pods ago. He got the checkered jacket, neon green, purple. You know, you go into the lodge, and then you walk right in, you just see like checkered flag jacket across the room.
Yeah.
There's a
Like
cat
Arctic
guy.
Cat. He's got Arctic Cat curved build hat on
Yeah.
all the way through and through. Giant Arctic Cat sticker on the back of his truck.
Oh, you know it.
Oh, man. We're the first to do it, man.
Oh man. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Barney's Sports Chalet, supplying hunters and outdoor enthusiasts with the highest quality gear and equipment since they opened their doors in 1963. Barney's carries exclusive brands such as Alpaca Rafts, Sitka, Sims, Exo Mountain Gear, Hilleberg, and much more. Barney's prides themselves with keeping a huge stock on hand of various top-of-the-line tents, footwear, sleeping bags, optics, cross-country skis, just to name a few. Barney's is also the exclusive retailer of Montana knives, Seek Outside, Kafaru, Stone Glacier, and their in-house brand, Frontier Gear of Alaska. Barney's has a superior selection of top-rated boots, sleeping bags, dry bags, mountaineering gear, electronics, and accessories. Need freeze-dried food or mountain snacks? They got that too. Barney's now has an amazing new paperback catalog available for in-store pickup or online order. Visit them today at barneysports.com, or even better, stop by the store in Anchorage at 906 West Northern Lights. If you want the best, there's only one name in the game, Barney's Sports Chalet.
The Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. BHA is the voice of our Alaska public lands, waters, and wildlife. From national level policy work to engagement with boots on the ground projects from Kotzebue to Ketchikan. BHA performs public land cleanups, hunting and fishing clinics, and community education to help take your game to the next level. BHA's community-minded goal is to uphold our hunting and fishing legacy while keeping wildlands wild and fostering the next generation of sportsmen and women for years to come. Make sure to follow BHA Alaska for upcoming events, local brewery pint nights, and more. Stand up for Alaska public lands and waters by supporting the Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. Join us today at backcountryhunters.org.
The Treehouse AK, your one-stop dispensary located at 341 Boniface Parkway. When you pull up to the Treehouse, you'll notice the beautifully hand-drawn art by Alaska's own Ted Kim. Once you get inside, you're going to see many of the same people that have been there since they opened. The bud tenders know you and what you like and what new product you should be checking out. The store is super clean and the music's always on point. The Treehouse and local owner Josh Boots is a staple in the cannabis culture through his music, community givebacks, and a lifetime desire to bring the people of Alaska the best products available. The Treehouse always has at least 25 strains available, and they're all shown prominently deli style in clear, openable jars so you can see and smell your options. Other products include edibles, concentrates, vape carts, pre-rolls, flour, dab rigs, and anything else you need, they got it. They also have some pretty sick merchandise for sale. Check out thetreehouseak.com, or better yet, stop by the Treehouse today and get started on their loyalty program. Remember, you must be 21 years of age to enter their store. The Treehouse, where the culture lives.
The winters were hard. It was just a matter of time before it took its toll on the moose, and I think I found that to be a common trend. You know, there were guys that got moose, but you know, there was a lot of folks that came home empty-handed, and
Yeah.
I think they went to areas where maybe their moose populations took a hit. I mean, then there's guys that went to areas and saw lots of moose, nothing legal, but they saw moose, so which is good for the future.
Yeah.
I always
Yeah,
see
she was just
legal
asking
moose
if we
in
had gotten a
town.
moose and stuff.
I had 2 huge
A
bulls.
huge bull last night too.
Over there. I live behind Balto over there, Sapala. And there was like 2 just battling it out just right there in the middle of the park. It was rad. That's a
It
good
was,
video.
man. There was like kids playing soccer in the background, and they're just like just getting after it.
Yeah, it was cool.
Let's fight right here, right now.
That's funny.
Did you see that video where that moose ended up in the back of the guy's truck?
Yeah,
They were-
he's
and the
"Get out
guy's
of
in
my
the
truck!
house and he's
Get out of
yelling
my
at the
truck!"
moose.
Yeah.
just rallying the piss out of his pickup.
Tyler Storch sent me this video of these 2 that were fighting in the back of this lady's yard, and it just like demolish her fence, and then it like demolishes the shed, and then they demolish the car. The whole time she's just like, fuck, shit, is insurance gonna pay for this? She's like calling her husband and her daughter like, they're coming over here, and she's just like full panic mode. But I guess insurance did cover that.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it's called an act of God.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, it'd be like a comprehensive claim. Be like considered like an act of God.
Gotcha.
Well,
You know what I mean?
My uncle built a brand spanking new airplane, and literally he had it for a week, and a big bull moose came in and kicked the shit and destroyed it.
Did you get the insurance?
Seriously, I don't know. It was when I was a kid. I don't
No.
remember.
I
I
can
just
tell you,
remember thinking
nobody
it was the
cut their
craziest shit ever.
plane on insurance back then.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, no, those fools were just out of pocket with those things.
That's true. That's true.
It is pretty crazy. I mean, what are you going to do, right? Like,
You can't stop it.
yeah, they're just going to go ahead and fight and brawl, and they'll move on about their business, and
Yep.
you're dealt with the aftermath.
Yeah.
The moose did
It's
not
actually
like
great.
his plane.
No, yeah, he just saw it as the enemy. He's like, "You motherfucker!"
We just had a
You're gonna get my
customer's
woman,
we just had a customer's truck in, and this black Chevy gets dropped on the lot, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, it's got like mud all over it and shit. So I walked past it for about a week, and I don't know what's going on with it. I finally am talking on the phone, and I'm just kind of drifting. I like to walk and talk, so I'm just kind of like looking at my surroundings, and all of a sudden I'm like, damn, there's a huge paw print on the back of the window. I'm talking like as big as this computer. I'm like, that looks like a fucking bear paw. So I go around to the passenger side. I'm like, oh shit. The door's like pulled open. So I like open the door, and it like pops real hard because it was pressure on the latch. Interior shredded, a headliner ripped out. I mean, I don't know what the bear or why it did it.
Was it leather?
It totaled the truck out.
Wow.
Like the damage was so severe to the inside, and then ripping the door and busting the cab. I mean, it was just a Silverado or something, not a crazy expensive, a little bit older truck, but it was just. I mean, it just felt like only an Alaska moment. For a week we had this thing on the lot I didn't know, and I go look at it, and I'm like, oh damn, this thing got ripped up by a bear.
That's crazy.
And the paws. I mean, clearly that was a massive animal that put the wood to that thing, and poor guy's truck got totaled out because of an act of God.
Yep.
Grizzly bear, giant brownie.
So why doesn't that work for like the earthquake insurance? Isn't that an act of God?
I don't think
A
there's
real act of God?
there's ways to like gauge insurance risk when it comes to insuring earthquake stuff. Like you're not going to get earthquake insurance living in
Anchorage?
L.A. or on the Bluff or in Anchorage. No, I mean seriously, you're not-
Expensive.
or
It is
it's
very
it's
expensive.
just outpriced. It's so priced so high you can't. It's not.
You can afford
it's not gonna, you're not going to do it. But I think there's crazy policies you can get through, like Lords of London. Some of those like private investor insurance companies that will take high risk if you're willing to pay.
Yeah.
But
Lords of London.
yeah, look
Remember
them up.
that? Sounds like a movie.
They're all big time, super rich.
Lisa, why don't you give us a little bit of your Alaska history? What kind of got you into snowmobiling, snomachining, like my mom says,
Snowmachine.
Or snow going.
snow going, and kind of like who introduced you to that, and growing up in Alaska up until getting involved with the Anchorage Snowmobile Club.
And here we go.
Oh, gee. So I moved to Alaska in October 2010. I actually dug my heels in the ground before I moved here because I was married to a military guy at the time. And I was like, I don't want to go there. There's like polar bears and penguins. And yeah, well, there's no penguins.
Living in igloos?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, don't take me there. Well, I ended up here and he left Alaska and I stayed. So, getting into snow machining, I had a coworker and we had kids the same age, and she said, hey, you should come out with us and go riding. And so his name was Corey Maddox at the time. Well, it still is, but and I call him my Alaskan dad, but he took us out to Petersville, the swamps.
Nice.
And he stuck me on a sled. It was a Skidoo, I think, at the time, but I can't remember. And I remember every time I would get off the tracks, I'd get stuck because it was powder snow. So then I figured, well, I'll just stay on the tracks. But I'm used to like riding in the lower 48, and I was like, this thing's got to turn around at some point. But the tracks just kept going and going. And after a couple miles, I was like, I don't think the tracks are going to like do a little cul-de-sac wrap around and head back to the parking lot. So I tried to turn around and I got stuck, and then he came out looking for me a little while later. But then that was the start of snow machining, and I want to say that was like 2012.
Did you get a little spooked when that happened?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're like out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, I mean, it all looks the same out there, right?
Yeah. I'm like, is
One
anyone
swamp to
coming
another
to save me?
Right?
Yeah.
And
It's a humbling experience when you kind of enjoying that moment,
yeah,
and then you get into a pickle, and then you realize, oh, shit, this could get serious.
right?
You know?
Yeah.
It's getting dark.
And it's as deep as you want to go back there.
Yeah. So anytime
never
he'd
ending.
like invite me to go ride, we started going to Turnagain. We went up Primrose and the Lost Lake, and it was a good time. And then he showed up. He goes, well, I got this free ride, and it was a 2009 free ride, Skidoo. And he's like, if you fix it, you can have it. At the time, it wasn't really running.
Yeah.
So my partner and I got to it, and we started it left a scar underneath Sam's eye, unfortunately. This thing was just nasty. And then, like, the light came on. It would go into limp mode. We couldn't figure out what it was. And he's like, you need to just get rid of this thing. And I was determined. I was like, no, I'm going to make this my baby.
Yeah.
But it was a piece of shit.
It was an 800, right?
It was an 800, yep. 146. And I started taking it into like little dealerships and stuff. And Ryan at the time was at ATD, and he looked at it and he's like, I recognize bits and pieces of this sled. There was nowhere I could take this sled and people did not recognize it.
Oh, really?
Like it belonged to somebody or this other
been in
rider
there
before.
Or, yeah. So I called it Frankie Does Alaska after like Frankenstein because it had been pieced together over the years too. But anyways, and then it got to the point where anytime I went to go ride with people, like...
You were kind of a liability?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, are we going to have to tow her out this time or not?
Yeah.
This sled was a nightmare for everyone else.
It's like,
but
oh,
for
Lisa's
me, I
coming.
was
Like,
in heaven.
okay,
Yeah.
well, yeah. I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. So
Get you
then,
back at the trailhead.
So Corey had an XM that he was selling, much more reliable, and it worked just fine. So I bought that one off of him, and that was my first reliable sled. I want to say 2019 was when I bought that one. So that was my first like reliable sled that I could actually ride.
Doesn't that feel good, though?
Yeah.
To just unload and ride and come back and not have to...
And
Someone
people
doesn't have
weren't
to
like
get their hands
worried that I
greasy.
was going to die on the trail and have to
Right?
tow me out. They're like, nobody wants to tow a sled out. Yeah, so I was pretty excited just to have a reliable sled. And it was a good sled to learn how to ride on, too. But I'll tell you what, I could never get the hang of that T-motion. So, yeah.
Too squirrely?
It was too squirrely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You got to, like, time it. And it's
I never
weird.
got
Yeah.
the timing down. I'd
Yeah.
want to go left, and I'd think I would have it, and then all of a sudden I'd bounce off to
Pull
the
back
right.
over.
And yeah, and then they started doing the demo days. They brought those back at Turnagain Pass, and I was like, we're going to go to that. And Andrew over there at Anchorage Yamaha was like, you got to try this Chaos. So I hopped on that, and I just thought about turning, and that thing turned. All of a sudden, I went from like mediocre rider to holy cow, I can actually ride. Yeah. So it's more of the sled probably that does it.
I saw a picture on your, is it this one here? Same one?
It's a Chaos, yeah.
That's my Chaos.
Well, that's what I
That's
meant about
Arctic Man.
Like the
Right? No.
That is, where is that?
Upper Huffman.
Upper Huffman.
You know what? That is Upper Huffman, actually.
Very good answer. Yep.
Yeah, that was like for the 1 week that
that's
it
what I
opened
meant
up last year.
about that chassis. You know, like from the I think up through, was it 16? They went to that Axis.
Yeah.
And that was a good chassis. Now, is that the same chassis on the Chaos, or is that all new? That's its own new thing, I think,
that
right?
one's the Matrix chassis.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
After
supposed
the
to
Axis.
be slash the weight, and it's supposed to be more responsive to the rider.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's amazing.
Made you look like a pro, or what?
Just got the sponsorship.
Shit.
I mean,
Pretty badass.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
I can keep
she
up
would
with
admit
people
it,
now.
but she is.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So
Yeah.
I'm definitely not. I feel like every time you get out there, you're learning something new every time.
Oh, no
you're
doubt
always
about it.
learning something new.
She's not afraid to get hurt. Like
That's
she'll
important.
She's got more balls than I do.
Oh.
I wouldn't
That's
say that.
important,
I'm
too.
still very cautious. I'm calculating, I'm calculating my risk out there. It's all intimidating, and to be honest, I'm scared of heights. But I'd rather ride the mountains than trees.
And I sometimes when you ride a little bit scared, you're pretty dialed in.
Yeah.
You know, you feel like there's no room for error, so you really ratchet it up, and your riding skills kind of elevate.
Yeah.
Then you're just like white knuckle the whole time. Like, I don't even know if that was fun or not, but I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those sleds will get you to those places, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Mine, this one's got a 165. It's a huge track on it. So I got this one longer because I wanted to be able to go where everybody else was going.
Yeah, that's a lot of sled, dude. That's an impressive sled.
It's
for sure.
2.7 inch paddle, I want to say, but it's really nice.
Not messing around.
I'm really happy with the investment because honestly, on my old XM, I was like starting to think maybe this isn't for me. I was like, I don't know, maybe I should get out of this. And then when I hopped on that sled, it was like night and day.
Yeah.
So it's very important.
Made it fun.
Yeah, it's very important, especially as a female, to find the sled that's right for your body type and your riding. Riding
and it's got to be light,
Gotcha.
not super heavy.
Gotcha. Because you have to throw your weight around, and you're a little more petite than the average
I think
brat bro.
kind of weird. I was just talking to someone about that in the office today,
I don't
actually.
got the guns like you guys.
Some of those brat bros are pretty little scrawny guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more of just like the riding style. Like, are you willing to dangle or not kind of thing? Like, are you willing to throw your weight, I think it's more of just the riding style.
You said dangle. That's some super bro talk right there.
Yeah. That's a dangle a couple
Is
hours.
that when you're pow turning that Chaos in that left leg,
Yeah,
just like
she's like,
dragging
I'm
in the
fully
snow?
dangling,
Just
boys.
fully dangled.
You know those memes where you see like somebody and it's like what you think you're doing, and then somebody takes a picture and what you're really doing. Yeah,
wow,
you feel like you're dangling, but you're not.
Just kind of dragging along.
Yeah.
So what's the new sled you got coming?
Oh, this one's for the kids.
Oh, for the kids. That's
Yeah,
right. That's
it's
right.
just
That's right.
550.
Okay, so you're sticking
Yeah.
with the Chaos this year.
Sticking with Polaris this year.
Nice.
Which, I mean, I love Skidoo too. I will say, Andrew's going to hate me for this, but I feel like you look at a rock or you look at a tree and your A-arm just breaks. Whereas like a Skidoo, I learned on those things, so I probably made out with half the trees in Lost Lake. I gave those trees a lot of love, and the Skidoo could definitely take it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just maneuver so much easier, I feel like. I don't know. That was just I've only ridden them.
It's all preference, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the rider because I feel like the Polaris maneuver is a lot easier. But then I've heard a lot of good things about the new chassis on the Skidoos. So, but I haven't tried one yet. So, I don't know.
Do they still do the demo day stuff? Mm-hmm. They do.
Yeah, every year. Last year they had to cancel though for weather. So it just wasn't. It was like whiteout conditions and turn again pass.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
They didn't postpone it and do another day? The boys were like, we don't have to bring all these out.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
I guarantee they got to go demo those things at some point, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Oh, they got demoed one way or the other.
Yeah. Not by us.
So what about you, Jeri? You did mention earlier that your dad or your family started the...
I am a born and raised from when I was this big.
You got some
That's
pictures of
when
you
it
like bouncing on the
started
back
for
of a
me.
snowmobile.
Just pass it on the front.
My mom probably literally gave birth to me, and 2 weeks later, I was on a sled with her. So, yeah,
Believe
just grew up riding. My parents, of course, started the Anchorage Snowmobile Club, and have it's just been drilled into me for my whole life. But
Did you grow up
I
in
didn't
Anchorage?
really. I mean, like I loved sledding for most of my childhood years, and then of course, I grew up on an Indy Light. Let's see here, a Polaris SS, which I think that was the first sled that my dad ever had. I think that's what it's an SS.
SS.
Oh my! Like oldest sled ever. Yeah.
Don't recall seeing those.
Always Polaris though. So, yeah, just grew up doing it, but then kind of had a gap for about 10 years of no sledding, and now Lisa and I are the president and vice president of a Snowmachine Club all of a sudden because the parents are getting older and time for fresh blood to take it over.
I would have never thought, to be honest. Never in my entire life thought I'd be president of a Snowmachine Club.
Me neither.
Did you grow up in Anchorage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where'd you go to
born
school?
and raised. Service.
Okay.
I went to a private school, Lutheran private school, and then high school was service.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think that I was thinking about that gap you were talking about.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Well, the gap was because of I was married to somebody
Well,
that didn't
I was
snow
gonna
machine.
it's either
So
you're
of course
partying or you're
it
after
ended
boys.
because he didn't like snow machining.
Well, I mean, you probably still could have gone riding with your dad or whatever. Like, if you really wanted to go, you could have like made it happen. I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
My point is like that's what happens though. You have like something that you're passionate about like that, and then those like 20s pop up on you.
Yep, that's what it
Yeah.
was.
And you think you're making all these amazing life decisions as this grown adult that you are at 20 something.
At the Pio.
You're really just still a kid. And
Yeah, I'm like, this man can't even put a shelf on the wall, so maybe he's just not for
that's
me.
not
I
the one.
really want to go
It's like,
riding.
is he going to be able to load
He
a snow
can't
machine on
do
a trailer?
home
Because that shit can get
improvement.
real weird. All right? A snow machine load up can get real weird.
Can you back this thing up? Let's see.
Like, he wanted a BMW. I'm like, this guy's not for me. Not at all. You
can't put a chaos in the trunk of that thing.
A big, beefy pickup truck. Like,
All right.
yeah, it was filled from
Shut it down.
the beginning.
Well, I guess the point I was going to make is it just makes you appreciate what you loved and what you were into.
Oh, yeah.
And here you are back in it, fully entrenched in a
Very
snowmobile
much.
club presidency
Yes.
and vice presidency. So,
Yeah. If I ever get married again, if he doesn't like,
he's got to
like
take it or leave riding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the criteria for men
Very
in our
much.
lives.
So what's the state of the union with the old club?
Yeah, do you guys have to wear like an official hat at the meeting or something?
Do you guys have a patched like denim vest that you put on or something? And like
do you have a gavel?
vest,
Is there like a gavel? You're like,
brothers and sisters.
sessions in order. Sessions in order.
Hear ye, hear ye. The club is together.
The club is adjourned.
Now, the board meetings are very formal.
Yeah.
But we don't
There's a whole
subject-
board? Damn,
Yeah.
this is getting
Ooh.
full legal.
Yeah,
Is it a
Well,
bunch?
it's
Is
a
it a bunch of old? Is it a bunch of old dudes?
It's a
Okay.
legit club.
Is it a bunch of old dudes?
We're pretty much 50-50 now, I feel like.
Nice.
Depends on what you consider old. I don't want to offend anyone.
I would say if you are in your mid 60s
I would say
to like
above
80 to 79.
40
No,
and
that's
then
not old.
below 40.
I would
50-50.
say, well, half of the boards, yeah, in their 60s, and the other half,
Well,
we're bringing in new people.
I'm thinking about like a real gen of snow machine riders. Okay, if you were a real G, you started around like mid 80s.
Yep.
All right, you could get pretty good sleds that could get you into stuff. Because I know some old school Arctic Cat guys from the 80s and early 90s, and they had some nasty sleds getting them up into areas that you have to have a sled like today to get into. So
Sled necks.
well, even before them though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these guys I'm talking about are now and they're going to be in their early 60s.
Yeah.
So there's some hardcore riders
yeah.
that would be that age, but I was more or less, I guess it'd be like the 65 plus crowd. Is there like some old cronies in
So
there?
with a club like ours, there really does need to be the older generations because they
Yeah.
are the ones that care about what goes on with our state.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
younger generations, they just want to go ride for the most part.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah,
don't.
thanks for
they
sharing that.
don't-
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, they don't.
They're not worried about trail maintenance and
No,
things
but
like
there's so
that
much
and
that goes into
Public
it.
public
that-
access.
yeah.
Yeah.
to where you
Traditions,
can
right?
get to that area that you're trying to get to.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So
Yeah.
how often do you guys meet?
We meet once a month. It's the third Wednesday of every month at the IBEW building on Denali Street.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes we feed you.
That's the board or that's like the club meets as like a club?
That's where the club meets.
Okay.
The
And-
board is on the second Thursday of
Okay.
every month.
How many members
Oh,
in the
dang.
club?
Oh, we got a couple hundred.
Whoa.
Nice.
I don't even know.
What's the
The board's comprised of how many folks?
We always have a good turnout, though. I mean, we probably have 50, 60 people that come to the meetings every month.
You guys got
Yeah.
beer?
Do we have
We
what?
don't have.
Root beer?
We can have root beer. Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
no
There's
beers allowed?
giveaways, though. Like, I mean, we
Beer
get
at the
probably,
meeting.
$250 to $500 in gift cards that we give away from all the different reps and
I'd say,
Cool.
I mean, we get a couple $100 in prizes too.
and
At
then
every
people
meeting?
sponsor them.
Oh, okay.
So you more than
like
likely
bribing.
will walk out of that meeting with something free. That's if you're a sledder, you'll use it.
Yeah.
Sledder?
Well, at the last meeting,
Never heard that
White Spruce gave everybody
You know,
$25
Heard of
gift cards.
shredders.
Yeah,
I don't know
Shredder
about
Sculch.
Sledders. Sorry, we were totally
We were making fun of you, Jerry, with the J.
Sorry, Jerry.
The J.
You sure it's not Jeri? It's like a soft
Yeah, Yeti.
Jeri.
Yeti went snomachining. So my mom would say. She's like, oh, very nice to meet you, Jerry. Sorry, making fun of my mom.
Well, are you guys seeing an uptick in its popularity, or because as a longtime club or an association, it has its ebbs and flows, right?
Yep.
Of involvement and care and passion and all that. My guess is like everything took a little slide, and then now it's rising, and snowmobiling seems to be as popular or more popular than it's ever been that I can remember right now
Snowmobiling.
as an Alaskan. So is there an uptick in the club? I want to say like a rebirth, but like a, I don't know. It's like entering a new time, social media. And
Yes.
it's
very
easier to
much
reach
so.
people and get your message and who you are out there versus maybe it was kind of just like a good old boy club of
Yeah.
Maybe a couple people had emails, right?
Right.
It's a different time now.
We still have the old timers that love the email, and then our big push has been like getting more
Snaps.
more out on social media.
Do you guys have a
More
board member
snaps.
that shows up with like a briefcase thing that's like this thick?
Look at her thing. Yeah, she does.
Well, I heard.
Look at what she brought in here.
I was gonna say it would have.
Half of it.
I was gonna say it would have the Anchorage Daily News like stuffed in there for the week too. Okay, sorry about that.
Bring out my typewriter.
Let me draft you an email here. So you could just DM me.
Well, I think it's smart of them, of the entire club, to have you two young, beautiful women in charge of the club
Hell
to
yeah.
bring in eyes. Like if someone's looking on Instagram or Facebook and they're like, oh, what is this club? And you see old Don, you know, you're not going to be like, oh, let me check this out, you know. But if you see you guys, you're going to be like, oh, what is this? Oh, like young people are getting involved in this thing. And you mentioned, we talked about the logo, which I like that old school logo. But yeah, a newer logo would make it cool and be like, okay, this is refreshed, rebranded kind of.
Yeah, 'cause that
Yeah,
is-
just a refresh.
I would still rock a hoodie with that logo though.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
thing's got a like an Indy GT 340. Just
That's the SS she's talking about.
and if you remember like the old dude pow turn, you didn't dangle. You just like stayed on the seat and leaned hard, so you were just like in it. And today you get like half
sled
your
I
body
grew
off
up
there and
on.
like dangle it out. But that dude's for sure sitting down. Oh no, actually he's probably got the 1 foot on the, because it's hard to get that thing over.
I
But
think he's doing the lean.
yeah, he's borderline dangling.
Yeah.
Somebody got the
That
full
is a really
white-
cool
full
logo
white
though.
kit.
Yeah.
Have you guys danced around with the idea of changing it, or even mocked up some newer versions?
Yes.
Okay.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd like. It's very difficult because we know the sleds are going to change over time. So,
Oh, like
if
the
you
shape of it and
slap
stuff.
on another sled, it's going to change in 25 years.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
and
they're
then
kinda
the
all
other
looking the
thing
same
was
these days now. So
the other thing among the board was, do we put a Polaris on it or a Skidoo? Or,
Ooh, you better not do
that's
that.
like, oh, great.
no
here
way.
we go.
You have to go like
Neutral.
that, neutral.
Very
That
neutral.
is definitely a Polaris on there, for sure. But it definitely has no badges.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be something I feel like that just maybe it doesn't have a sled and it's something that can actually stick around forever. and
It could
never
be
have
just.
to be
It could be
changed.
just the
Really
name.
good one.
It could be a helmet. It could be just the name. There's a lot of cool ideas and a lot of definitely
Absolutely.
Alaskan artists that could do something really cool for you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring a younger group into the Snowmobile Club. There's a lot of trail riders right now. We do a lot of, traditionally, it's been a lot of overnight rides.
Well, that's cool.
Okay.
Like
this year-
camping overnight or staying at cabins.
Staying at cabins, lodges.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Kind of
Yeah.
like a rally.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we've gotten a lot of requests, especially from the newer riders that are coming in to do day rides. And something we saw last year too was an uptick in skiers. So there's a lot of skiers that want to get into the back country, but they don't want to pay a helicopter to take them back there.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
they
yeah.
invest in a snow machine and they want to go to the same places that are untouched too.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
that's been pretty cool. On every ride we had last year, there was always new skiers there.
That's cool. That's kind of like the tailgate
Yeah.
kind of deal.
Yeah. I hope to make it out to tailgate this year.
A lot of fun. Is
I'd
Arctic
love to
Man still
also.
on?
Yeah.
It's back?
Last year was the
Yes.
first year it
Did
was
they-
back.
but
She
you-
brought it back.
You brought it back?
One of my TikToks made it back to
Oh,
Howard. That's
You
what
gotta
I've
tell your
heard.
story.
And then he
Okay.
seriously went on a mission to find me
Oh,
when
yeah.
I first got there to say, where the hell is Jeri?
He ended up in our camper.
Oh,
I called
Woke
him
us
out
up.
as an old man. He found me.
Well, they're not going to have it on the same weekend, though.
No.
Okay, good.
Nope.
Because that was always the issue back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't
like, I always went to
understand
tailgate because I was big into snowboarding. And the same thing, I would go with my brother and his friends who were like crazy snow machine guys. And I'd be like, dude, take me up there. Take me up there.
Yeah.
But it was always on the same weekend. So they had to choose. Like, are we going to go to Arctic Man and
I
get
think-
blacked out? Or are we going to go to tailgate?
I think this
Get
year,
blacked
last
out.
year, if I remember correctly, it was like the Boulder Dash and Hatcher Pass, and then it was tailgate, and then it was like the first week was tailgate, and then the second weekend was hill climbs, and the last one was Arctic Man. So if you planned it right, you could plan 3 weeks out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of
so
action.
April 10th
Just do the
to
Snow Machine
14th.
Slam.
April 10th to the
Yeah.
14th is Arctic Man.
Yep.
Man, we should go, dude. I want to go. I've never been to Arctic Man.
I mean, my expectations would definitely not be what it was
Is it cracking like
10,
it used
12
to be?
years ago.
Did you go
I
last
thought
year?
it was awesome. I thought it wasn't too rowdy, crazy. It was the perfect.
Rowdy craziness.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
I'd say that
didn't
it
feel
got
rowdy.
like a full reset because in its years, maybe like a decade ago, and I'm not really sure exactly how it went after that. I can say that like the last time I went, it was good old Arctic Man experience.
It was crazy.
I mean, it was like I've heard crazier. Definitely diffused a couple situations that could have got really out of hand with some very aggressive, intoxicated men, because that'll happen there. But the bar scene and just like everything, and it wasn't overkill with the state troopers, even though they were like in heavy presence. But it was probably for the better, because quite frankly, someone dies at Arctic Man every year, which is sad.
We had
Nobody
no
died
deaths
last
this
year.
It was awesome.
I was going to ask you that is, that's a huge improvement if you think about it.
Yeah.
And it'll grow its popularity back,
Yeah.
because it's
Oh, I'm
really
sure
all,
it will.
it's
I'm sure it
all
will.
about the damn race. That's what it's supposed to be, even though culturally it's a lot of people go up there and they're not even bringing a snow machine. They're just going for the party.
Rage. Yeah,
Yeah, which is fun.
definitely.
It was a good experience.
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't think they're doing the skiers and the.
Oh, like the
Yeah,
like
Howard,
the
Howard
race.
does not want the skiers no more. It sounds like. I don't know. That could change though. I don't
But
know.
he's incorporating hill climb, drags. He had the side by sides out there last year.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, racing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
so he's really expanding its
Oh yeah. Yeah.
it's like it's
Where can
fan
people find
interest
info
and-
on
okay.
that? Is it Arctic Man like Instagram or
I
Facebook
think
or
they're
something?
in the middle of trying to still create a committee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jeremy 907 Surplus, I know that he's working on getting that together. So they're looking for people that can help out with that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But it's definitely revamped. It's not like it used to be,
Yeah.
but I think it was a great experience.
Will y'all be back this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was the snow
She
good?
might not be.
Yes.
I will be there.
No, we're having an Arctic Man baby.
I'm gonna bring the midwife out there.
That's
to,
right.
She's
in case.
crazy.
Just extra generators and just like, we're ready, man. Let's go.
You're ready.
That's
stoked.
dedication. That's dedication.
Yeah, if
s-
you're coming, you're bringing the doctor with you.
Yeah, that's right. I know
Hopefully,
all the time.
Heli Alaska will be out there again.
Oh, that's
yeah.
good. Sally you over.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should find out how long it's going to take him to get to the hospital.
Fairbanks, man. It was probably a 17-minute flight, maybe something like that. 22 minutes.
It's doable.
That's what I'm talking about. It's dedication. is
Yeah,
what
that's risky business.
Well, last year we were like, gotta have all that gas. We wanted to bring two 55-gallon drums because we were gonna ride. There was nonstop.
There's no way you went through all that fuel.
No.
Not
no,
even close.
not at all. And we couldn't even get people to buy it. We had to
We had
sign
to
out
try to
front.
sell it.
Nobody would buy it.
They're like,
The
no, we
weather
all
was
brought our own.
just-
Oh, was it crappy?
We had one good day, and then the next day it was like really crappy.
Like socked in crap you couldn't
No,
see, or
it was,
just
like
windy.
hurricane gust winds.
oh shit.
But we still rode.
Yeah,
we
but that
still
kind
had
of
fun.
kills camp though a little bit.
It
when
does.
It does that, right?
Yeah.
You're already out in the cold. Did people have did they have the berms up and then everybody could do their blockade
Yep.
with the campers and trailers and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, that was always the coolest part.
Yeah.
Like turns into a trailer court like that,
Yeah.
just instantly.
Pretty cool.
it's a straight up mobile hauler, man. Just
Somebody brought a big old tub, like big round tub, and then they hauled with 55-gallon drums. They went down the creek, hauled water up, and made a hot tub on the back of their flatbed. Like they had
nice.
coil, copper coil running
Yeah,
into
to
their
heat it
hot
up.
tub. Yeah.
Damn.
It was,
Put some real thought into that.
yeah.
Did you jump in there, Jerry?
No.
No.
We didn't even know it was there
We
because
didn't
the
find
joke the
out.
whole time was Krista wanted to bring a hot tub so bad. She's like, this would be so cool. And then we saw one after the fact. She's like, I knew it.
Somebody
Should have brought one.
I'll
Did
tell you
they-
a great business idea, though, is if
Yeah.
you brought like a
Rent it by the hour.
enclosed sauna,
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
like with the stove and
Definitely
with a big
no-
old window.
Definitely
so
no
you could
liability
watch
to that or
the
anything
racing.
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Make sure you change out the water.
They call that the communal cesspool. Just, hey, Arctic man, I'm jumping this thing.
I'd rather do a sauna than a communal hot tub for sure.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
Hot tub at Arctic man can get real nasty.
Yeah, no thank you. No thank you.
Yeah.
Not from what I've seen up in that place.
Yeah. So what are some of the goals for the club?
So our main goal obviously is safety, but I know between Jeri and me for just our personal goals, we want to bring more women into the club and we want to bring more new generation backcountry riders into the club. So we definitely, our goal right now, so during COVID our membership did drop, and one of my goals is just to build the membership back up to where it was.
Gotcha.
And then I think we could do that by having more events, more day rides, bringing in younger people, and our thing is just bringing more women in too. Like
Gotcha.
we want to definitely break those glass walls down and have people. We want women to feel comfortable with riding.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of women-led organizations and groups and adventurous things. Like I can just think of like Soaring Summit and those girls that are doing
Yeah.
stuff that can kind of
Shred Maiden.
yeah, they can get like their foot in the door with you guys and
Yeah.
bring in and maybe collab on some stuff. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I know like some of the things that we want to do this year, Jeri had a great idea of doing like clinics, really basic things like loading your trailer, backing up a truck and trailer. Maybe some guys could even attend that.
Well, yeah, like, I mean,
Well, anybody, if you
I've
haven't
always
done
had a
it,
man in my life that does all that stuff. And so now it's like, okay, well, I live alone.
where do I put
Now I
this
have to
strap
do
at?
this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually that's great. I bet a
And-
lot of people would come to that because it's even like how to strap your stuff down.
Yeah, just
know?
Man,
basic
there's
Just,
so
stuff.
yeah,
much.
basic things to make sure you are. 'Cause
And that's safety too.
Yeah, basic maintenance. Making sure that there's always someone to go riding with is another part of the club. You know, you don't ever ride alone, but definitely pushing the safety aspect and making sure you've got the basics, you know, your shovel, probe, beacon at
Yeah.
all times too, if you're riding in the backcountry. But yeah.
Yeah, like an initial clinic would be really great intro to gear.
Yeah,
Like, hey, man, right out of the gate, you need these 20 items,
right.
you know, and it's sticker shock, and it's kind of, you know, there's like a barrier to entry where it's got buy once, cry once deal, but you know, you really should get the good climb and you should get the good boots. And I think
Yeah.
a lot of folks need to know where to find or how to find good beacons and avalanche kits and packs. And
Yep. I'll be honest, like when I started, I didn't have a climb monosuit or I didn't
Yeah.
have a DSG monosuit at the time. And so like I think it was, I don't remember if it was North Face, but it was just not, you know, your typical Snowmachine brand. But I just kind of picked what I had and thought I would feel warm in because
Yeah.
that stuff's pretty expensive too.
Yeah.
But to like when I actually got my hands on my first monosuit, that was a game changer for
What is
sure.
that? A onesie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
Those are back
awesome.
now. It's like hot now.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, you got the zipper in the butt. We could go to the
Oh, it
bathroom
does?
really
Now,
easily.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So my sponsor, well, Climb
What is
got onto
DSG?
it
What
too.
does that stand for?
Doing something great. Yeah,
Nice.
it's based out of Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Wendy Gavinsky started it, but it's only female gear.
That's
so
awesome.
she started off. Her thing was there wasn't a market for like female gear back
Mm-hmm.
in the day. I think she started in 2010.
Well, and that's where you had to piece together the North Face pants and this jacket
Yeah.
and these
And it looks
things.
like it's
Yeah,
like
it was-
tailored, like fitted
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
yeah,
for women.
it's super great. Like they have adjustable cuffs for the pants too, so like it goes for all heights. But but the big thing is the butt zipper.
go
That
pee.
they were
Yeah.
the first to get the butt
It
zipper.
makes it way
yeah.
easier.
TMI.
I mean, well, it's just truth because, you know.
You don't got to take it all off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot to hold.
Well, and the whole like onesie thing has, I'd say, really took storm maybe 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. I remember starting to see guys up in Turnagain and Lost Lake, and you kind of make fun of them almost because they had a onesie, but then now everybody has one. So they were just kind of setting the trend, I think.
Yeah.
My mom had a bright blue onesie when I was a little kid, and that sucker made it through.
Cheap butt zipper.
Probably.
I don't know if I should have Googled that.
15
DSG butt zipper.
I looked up and there was like lingerie pieces.
I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah,
here? What is this?
No, it's just dsgouterwear.com. Yeah. But they have
looks like
she expanded it, so now there's hunting gear, fishing gear, ice fishing gear. Yeah, it's all dedicated to women.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
Man, that doesn't
Like every other outdoor apparel or gear companies, man, like there's always late to the party with women's design.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it has a lot to do with sales and the investment in building the products and then being able to move them. I'm sure a lot of that has to do with, I don't think it's like, oh, we're a bunch of men, we ain't making women shit. It's not that. It's just that they're looking at the bottom line, right?
There's not as many of us. I mean, it's probably, we see it. It's probably 1 out of every 10 men is a female rider.
But it's changing.
Like that.
I think it's changing.
And is it someone's
I think it's changing.
girlfriend or
I think
something?
it's shifting.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
There's more and more women getting into this stuff.
Absolutely.
I mean, I see a lot of women. I see a lot of gals out there running with snow machines in the back of their truck or with trailers, and they're driving that shit, and that's their stuff. That's not their husband or boyfriend shit.
Amen.
That's their rig. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, you go, girl.
Yeah.
Like, I know she probably loaded that thing up herself and did the thing, and maybe a boyfriend or somebody got her into it, and she took it on. But I think it's cool, man. You never used to see that. You never used to see that. It was just usually homies, girlfriend or wife came on a ride.
Yeah.
With 12 other guys.
That was always me. I was
That's
always
what it
the
was always
only
like.
girl.
I see more and more of that now, and
I even seen two gals at the gas station together going.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
I'd say I've only actively been riding for like the last 5 years, and it takes a lot of courage to show up in a parking lot by yourself and be like, okay, I'm gonna unload this thing and I'm gonna take off, and I'm not gonna get stuck right out of the parking lot. You're like, pull my big girl pants on.
Well, you know what you're almost guaranteed not to do, which I could appreciate and love, is that you're not going to be that brapping douchebag that rips up and down the parking lot, just the thing right off the trailer.
Yeah. Let me make sure this thing goes.
And it's like, all right, man, cool. Yeah, we see it. We hear it. Everybody's shit sounds like that, too.
The loudest can possible on that thing.
And what's better is that guy that does the whoop and turns around and hits like a ice berm and then rolls it.
Oh, yeah.
Snaps his handlebars before the ride even starts.
That's the best.
Save it for the powder, bro. We've all seen it, right?
Yep.
Oh, man.
I just pray I'm not that guy.
Or been part of it.
The onesie. You got a picture of your onesie on your page?
Who, me?
Yeah, Jeri.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I don't
How
think
far
so.
down do I got to scroll here? Oh, Krista.
She's Miss TikTok.
Is that your girl?
Yeah.
I saw Krista the other night at a Halloween party.
There's Krista. She's we call her Miss TikTok because
she's the TikTok queen.
She's like Miss TikTok Alaska. She talks about everything Alaskan real estate.
Oh yeah, she's been in that game for a hot minute.
Yep.
Where's the onesie?
Where is the onesie?
Is that your sled?
Yeah.
Damn.
You like that? She's
That
pink.
is nice.
Nice. Is that a wrap?
That is awesome. Kind of like starry
It
northern
turned out
lights.
way pinker than
What's going on back here, though?
I like the
With the
Astro.
yeah.
Man.
Hold on. Let's move your
Arctic
snow machine
man.
out of the way and talk to this guy.
I
What?
want to go ride with him.
Astro cat, dude? What?
Dang, that's awesome.
That Arctic man shenanigans.
He put the Astro van on like a snowcat chassis.
Yeah.
That is
Sick,
rad,
man.
dude.
Creative.
That's
Those
got that
guys
same
were
thing.
He
cruising
needs to be
around.
hauling the hot tub.
yeah, man. The hot tub's in
Dragging it
there, dude.
on
It's just-
skids.
There was
See if we
like
could find the
roofless
onesie.
cars that were hauling around Arctic Man with like snow machines in them. I think there was like a
There's
Camry
really
or
onesie.
something.
A lot of listings.
Moving that real estate.
Yeah, if you want to buy a house, let me know.
Let me ask you a weird question on that. Like, why do you need a real estate agent to buy land? Or is that not common?
No.
Most people aren't buying land. You know how hard it is to find land?
Well, I have some land I'm trying to buy, and I couldn't go look at it because I had to call some real estate agent, and I needed to call my friend who's a real estate agent so I can make an appointment to go look at the land. I'm like, what?
Where's the land? Because if it's in Anchorage, we ain't got
No,
shit
it's not in
here,
Anchorage.
So
It's not in Anchorage. It's like Willow area. But I just thought that was weird. Like I called the number and I was like, I want to
listing
I want to
agent.
come
With
over there.
land,
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably worth what, like 30, 40,000, maybe.
No, it's like 100 and something.
Well,
Yeah.
just call.
I just
the
thought it
listing
was
agent.
weird. Is that normal or not?
No.
No, right?
No,
I just
a lot
thought
of
it was
times.
odd.
So we have land in Caswell, and we just pulled up the survey on the state of Alaska recorder site,
Mm-hmm.
the deed, and then you just go out there and hike around.
Yeah, I was like, I was going out there with my kids to go bird hunting, and I was like, I want to check out the property. So I called the number, and they're like, oh, you got to make an appointment and have your agent call us. I was like, what? And I was like, I just want to like
Not for
walk in there real
land.
quick and check it out. Yeah, I
could
thought it was weird.
see- Yeah, maybe they thought it was a waste of their time.
I didn't need anyone to go with me.
No, you just call the listing agent, find out where the heck it really is. I mean, 'cause
Exactly.
most of the time, can be difficult trying to figure that out.
Yeah, exactly where you're at.
And then,
Yeah. Anyway,
go
okay.
try to walk it. Sometimes they might go out there with you, depending on how far of a drive away
Yeah.
it is for them.
Yeah.
But
Okay. I was just curious. I thought it was weird. And it is.
Did you buy it?
Not yet. I'm going tomorrow or Friday to go look at it.
Yeah, go look at it before the ground's probably frozen, but before
It is frozen, but there's no snow yet. It's still a good time to go look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure it's not all swampland.
Oh, I kind of know the area. I've been out there, around there a bunch.
yeah, recreational is a lot easier than residential real estate
Yeah, I bet.
in most cases. Because most people, if they are buying and selling, they're either getting married, going through a divorce. There's been a death in the family. Like it's not always as easy as people think it might be.
Yeah. Yeah.
People's emotions it can be high. It's the biggest investment you'll ever make.
Yeah.
I had a miserable experience buying my house.
Land, way easier. Definitely.
Well, that's what I thought
So
too. And I'm
unpleasant.
like, I got to deal with some fucking lady. Like, no, nothing against real estate agents, but I'm like, I just wanted to like talk to the guy and be like, here's the money. You know?
Good old boy style.
Yeah, man.
Handshake
Meet you at
over
the bank.
yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
good. Like, that's it. Like, I don't want to like
Shake on it
meet
and
this
be done.
lady and talk about the weather. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah,
let's take a
you're
quick
good.
break because it's kind of pissing me off talking about that.
Big Ray's, the Alaskan outfitter, committed to outfitting Alaskans across the state since 1947. Whether you're a recreator, parent, guide, or corporate buyer, Big Ray's has the gear you need tailored for Alaska's harsh conditions. At Big Ray's, you'll find brands like Carhartt, Grundens, Darn Tough, FXD, Okiwear, and more. Big Ray's is your one-stop shop for both outdoor gear and rugged work attire. Check out their new exclusive line of durable but affordable waders, inspired by and named after the majestic Aralik River in remote western Alaska. The Aralik wader was designed by Alaskans and proven for the diverse waters of the last frontier. Visit Big Ray's at any of their 5 locations statewide, 2 in Anchorage, 2 in Fairbanks, 1 in Kodiak, or check them out online at bigrays.com.
Tailored Restoration, helping Alaskans turn disasters into new beginnings since 1972. Their 24-hour services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, and repairs. Tailored built its reputation with years of committed and reliable service to the community with innovative restoration and home remodeling. When you have an unexpected home issue at the most improbable time, Tailored has an emergency response number with trained professionals available to help you anytime, day or night. Tailored Restoration has locations to serve you in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Give them a call at 907-344-1239 or make an appointment today at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Total Truck, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlander products. If you want to customize your vehicle, talk to the team at Total Truck, where you'll find their expertise along with top brands such as ARE, RSI Smart Caps, Goose Gear, iCamper, Frontrunner, Rigid Lights, Rhino Lining bed liners, and everything you need to outfit your truck or SUV. Want to turn your truck into a sleeping option? They have rooftop tents, custom camping equipment, electronics, and solar energy packages to keep you powered up deep in the backcountry. Stop by their store location on Dowling between the new and old Seward Highway, or check them out at TotalTruckAK.com.
Last winter was one of those where I'm like, oh, I wish I had a sled so bad. Because I know the riding was just fucking great everywhere. And there was like refreshes all over the place. I was like always like a new foot or new 2 feet or new 3 feet. And I was like, oh my God, these are like the winters you dream of if you're a rider.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm just sitting over here on the sidelines, freaking not riding at all. So like, it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
I got over it, but there was a phase there where I know it's not gone. Like, I still like riding. I would go riding. Like, I would love to have 2 sleds. I'd love to have like a crossover mountain and an old man trail would be ideal. Cause
that would be ideal.
I only really need to go ride that mountain like twice in a year. Go do a good hard, get stuck, you know, the whole thing, and then go old man riding after that.
Yeah.
Where you're stopping every 10 minutes to, make sure the high faxes aren't melting, make sure that root beer's cold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The rutabaga.
Yeah. Last winter, I know the club did a Spencer Glacier ride.
Nice.
And then we did another one.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Did you do it in the spring too? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Lots of daylight.
Yeah, and then some of the group split off and went off to Squirrel Flats, and some stayed down low.
The Brat Boys went to Squirrel Flats.
Yeah, so the Brat Boys.
The Brat Boys.
They went full brap.
Yep.
Like, they turned right, and then the freaking pipe was. They went up for the flats.
Oh yeah, you could hear them for days.
Yeah.
But yeah, we try to make it like we try to add a lot of family-friendly opportunities in there too, because we recognize people have families, they have kids, we have kids, so like my oldest kid is not into snow machining at all. He's into basketball. So he's like, that's not my thing, Mom. He doesn't like to four-wheel, doesn't like to camp, any of that stuff. So he stays in town and plays basketball with his buddies, whereas like my kids, probably like yours, the younger ones, they fell asleep on snow machines in the middle of rides.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Primrose was one of them. The poor kid was like a little pinball machine, his little head coming back out of there. All the whoops. Yeah. But he slept the whole way. So they're all raised. Hopefully I didn't give him any brain damage on that.
That was me when I
Some
was
CTE.
little. I used to fall asleep right in front of my parents going on poker rides.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised if the basketball player, doesn't shift and come around later.
Yeah.
I mean, don't give up on him. Like he could just all of a sudden get a homie that's big into riding.
So
like, man, I've been growing up around it.
It's very weird you say
Mom,
that.
can I borrow the chaos?
Yeah.
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 Well,
and he's already a sick rider. He just doesn't even know it yet.
So it's very funny you say that, because he left to go down in the lower 48. A lot of kids I know up here his age, they'll go down in the lower 48, try to get a scholarship in whatever sport they're playing in.
Sure.
So that's what he's doing down there. Prior to leaving, he's like, wants to drive a BMW, wants nothing to do with the outdoors, wants to be in the big city.
You gotta let Jeri talk to this boy.
Every night now, he's down there in the lower 48. He texts me and he's like, Mom, I miss Alaska so much. He comes back up here to visit and he wants to drive my truck.
Yeah.
So he'll come around eventually.
Yeah. Well, you asked during the break if we ride. I know Brandon has ridden. I only went riding. I was really big into snowboarding. I used to love doing Thompson Pass and other stuff. So I would ride just to go ride. Like, I wasn't like trying to like go over the top of turning in and go with these dudes and do all that, but I would go ride. But now at this point, like we were talking about the property, like I want a trail sled to go. I'm really into ice fishing. I got 2 young boys at home, so I'm down to like they've never gone snow machining. So I am now open to the idea of doing that. I don't think I would go mountain riding. I mean, it's fun, it's cool. I mean, it's awesome, but to me, it's pretty dangerous. There's a lot of risks involved.
A level of risk.
Which at this point in my life, like I've risked a lot already. I do a lot of other risky things, and to add one more risky thing is like, I don't know.
Well, Petersville's the perfect area.
Yeah, and that's actually where I first started riding. And the same deal, like when I first went, like I told this story on the pod, so I won't go all the way, but like my friend left me because we ran out of gas. And he left me there, and for some stupid reason, I was like, oh, I'll stay here. Or he was like, you stay here. So I was just stuck on that trail for like 4 hours in the dark, wolves howling, no flashlight, no nothing. So it was like just kind of like traumatized me. I was like, oh, I'm going to get eaten by wolves. Why did I stay here? I'm just, it's pitch black. You can't fucking see a thing.
You guys could have just gone 2 up.
I know. Like, why didn't I just go with them? And then I could have just waited at the truck. But anyway.
Like, somebody might steal our sled. Like, no one's going to steal a snow machine.
Yeah, it doesn't even start. There's out of gas. Why don't you fill this thing up?
Didn't want to double.
I guess. I don't know. I think we were both new. We were both new at the time, and it just, I don't know.
Well, and to the point of like the barrier to entry of are you interested in snow machining or snowmobiling? Are you not sure? I think it's really important that if you have an opportunity to have your first ride, you want it to be fun and enjoyable and something that you feel like you want to do again. Because if you have the whole like
that was the first ride ever.
Yeah, I mean that'll make you real quick decide. This isn't for me.
Well, you just felt helpless. Like, I can't.
There's so many avoidable things in the planning of a snow machine ride that can go the right way versus the wrong way and make the experience fun or not. And you don't ever want to just scar somebody and then like, fuck that, I don't want to do it.
Well, it doesn't seem like there is like a beginner, like where do you even start? Like, if you want to learn, let's say like me and my kids, I'm going to take my kids. Like, I feel weird rolling up to Turnagain and all these dudes are out there, rah, and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to put around over here, don't mind me, I'm probably going to get stuck right here,
Yeah.
But the idea of your guys is like day rides and all that, because I'm sure there's not, like the Brat Boys aren't going on the day ride with the snow machine to Spencer Glacier, right? It's mostly families and kids.
Well, they went to Squirrel Flats.
Yeah.
Okay, they took a left.
We designed that one specifically so the Brat Boys could break off.
Sure, yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, there's definitely rides that, like there's in our sites, one of, they want to do there's rides for all levels, I guess I should say. So, but to your point, you don't want to scar people. I mean, as with any sport, you don't want to get your kid or some new person into it and then make it a miserable experience for them. And they're like, I don't want to do this anymore. So unfortunately, like you said, Jeri, I think we've both been in those shoes where people have been just frustrated with your riding ability because you can't keep up.
Yep.
So that's like a big thing for females especially. And we like one of our goals is to ensure that people are comfortable out there, because we don't want you to get out there with the wrong person that's not going to be supportive. Unfortunately, I've had very supportive people, but I've been where
had my fair
you've been
share
yelled
of
at
ones
too.
that were not.
Yeah,
They're like, "Come on, you got this."
the name calling, that sort of
and
thing.
you're like shitting your pants.
on the verge of a mental breakdown.
Well, not only women, like as I said before, I was riding, and my brother and all his friends and a lot of my friends, they continued to ride, and I didn't. And then it became a point where it's like they don't want to invite me because they don't want to be waiting for me or getting me unstuck all day because I can't keep up with those guys. So then you just don't get the invite anymore.
Yep. And I've seen a lot of females are like, no, it's okay, I don't want to hold you guys back, kind of thing. And I feel like that's a barrier in itself. And so I think, this year we're looking to taking on the annual ladies ride, and that was a big
hell yeah.
Yeah, we're meeting.
Should definitely make that happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's
It's
going
in the
to
pipeline.
require some navigating.
Yeah.
And when you do, let us know. We have a
For
lot
real.
of women, lady listeners who I'm sure would be super down to go into that. And
Absolutely.
even if you had someone that
Yeah.
was like letting you guys borrow machines to go
Yeah.
on those rides, because maybe they don't have their own machine, and if you're not going to go make a $20,000-$30,000 investment without knowing
Or get
that
them
you wanna
lined
do
up with
it,
how
you know?
they can, reserve and rent one, and you can find out. Like, it's a little expensive to rent a snow machine for a couple of days, but at least it's not a long-term investment.
Right.
You can just figure out if you even like it a little bit.
And it's really cool. Like, I remember when I did my first ladies ride, it was just this massive group of women out there, and it was a really cool, supportive environment. So I'm excited.
Where'd you guys go?
Petersville. They hosted
Nice.
it in Petersville.
Nice.
It was Jennifer Adams, and it was for the Providence Cancer Center was a fundraising benefit.
Very cool. Did you guys start at Croto and take the road back, or?
Yep.
Off the
So
parks.
they had like a food truck, and
Oh,
Betsy at the time had her Bluebird Coffee Company truck out there, and we started there, and then we went around Petersville. We did a big loop and came back.
like back up toward the mines and then
Yeah.
loop back around.
Yeah, this
Perfect.
was pre-COVID, unfortunately, so we want to definitely resurrect that. That's a goal for this year too. So
Well, Petersville didn't go anywhere. It's still
Nope.
there. So
Yep.
yep.
assemble,
rebuild
assemble
the
the
thing
crew
back
and
there?
go do it, man.
It's
The-
just
the
trying
bar,
to
the
pin
cabin?
down dates is
Yeah.
the hardest thing
It's
because
back.
you don't know what the weather's going to be like. That's
Oh,
You kind of just have to commit and hope for the best. I mean, it's like Arctic Man, right?
Yeah.
I mean, good, bad, the ugly weather, they're just going to have it those dates. And as you know, every other year changes.
Yep.
This year's epic. Next year doesn't even happen. Weather sucked.
yeah, yeah. How's your guys'
Such a snow machine.
trivia game? How's your trivia?
What do you know about stuff?
Huh? Get ready to
Alaska
bust out.
stuff.
Get ready to bust out one of those files. I got some
got it
trivia.
right there.
This is only half of them.
I'm surprised you don't have a highlighter like attached to it. Like,
Yeah.
She probably does. It's just tucked in there.
I do have like a little pencil bag. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm such
Oh,
a nerd.
Color coded.
Yeah. Well, we do trivia every show, and
Almost.
Jack, our other co-host, who graciously gave up his seat because there's two of you, sent me the trivia, and they are always related to whatever the topic is that we're talking about. So we're gonna see how much
Most
y'all
of the
really
time
know.
we have
about
trivia,
this.
and most of the time it's about the topic. Realistic expectations here. Well,
Name a pink snowmobile.
Jeri sled right here.
that's a really good answer.
Hey, it's true.
From factory, I should say. Like, came out and it was pink. Not aftermarket.
Maria Sandberg.
Had a pink snow machine?
No,
No,
I think
not
she
a lady.
wraps
We
it.
don't want.
She
The question is,
wraps
what
it.
is the snow machine? Yeah.
Yeah. She rides a Lynx.
Okay, but it didn't come
Okay.
pink from the place, right?
Yeah.
I can't.
Well, off the factory
I
floor
don't
was it pink?
remember.
My guess
Everything
wasn't.
that woman owns is
My
pink.
guess was an Arctic Cat Lynx 440, like a 1996
Okay,
Lynx
good guess.
440.
Good guess.
You have the answer.
Good guess.
Well,
No, he doesn't
no,
have the
no,
answer.
no, no,
I
I
have the
don't.
answer.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying because we had one. Oh. We had my mom had a 440 short track Lynx,
Wow.
and I ended up riding it because it was the best snow machine we had.
Oh my gosh.
And it was a very manly shade of pink.
That's before my time.
So, any guesses? Any other
I have
guesses?
no idea.
It came from the factory, pink.
Yep.
I mean, what's the oldest?
I mean, it could have been like a breast cancer.
Come on,
sled,
Jerry.
I
You were
don't know.
basically born on a snow machine. You should know
Okay,
this.
so is it a Polaris?
You tell players what?
Yeah.
I mean, I could guess a Polaris. Actually, now that you say that, probably an XCR or an XC with the pink.
I don't
the
know.
checkers?
The oldest sled that I can remember was the SS. So
Why is it
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
old?
S.
Maybe it was an Axis.
Okay.
Okay.
Good guess.
Oh, there you go. Go a
Good
little
guess.
newer. What is it,
Okay.
Daniel?
1972.
Oh shit!
I wasn't even born yet.
Scorpion
gosh.
introduced the Stingerette. It was a sled marketed towards the female rider. Beside the standard model colors of the day, the color lineup for this sled included metallic purple and pink. Engines were a 290 cc.
I learned something
It was
new.
definitely built in Minnesota, right?
That's
Purple
cool.
and pink.
I didn't know. It didn't say where it was built.
Had to
I
be
like
Minnesota
your
for
answer.
sure.
Okay, this another question. You might have the answer in your notes. How many official snow machine trails are in Alaska?
You're the one that's gonna know that one, not me.
Oh, we're gonna let Brandon guess first.
So real quick, I'm definitely not cheating on this trivia, but I just want to do a quick Google search on the Polaris SS, 1985 Polaris SS 440. So is that what you're talking about? Black and red. Is that?
That wasn't the first sled of the family, but that was the one that I grew
Okay.
up
'Cause I was like,
riding
man, I
on.
think she's tripping. Is there an SS? I don't know about that. Okay, what was the trivia question, real quick? Yeah, that one.
Yep.
That SS, baby.
Yep.
All right, let me pull up the other one.
Tim, look at the Cobra Cutlass SS 440.
That looks like our logo, Jeri.
I want that shit that says Cutlass on it, dude. God damn. I put that on like a wall and just display it.
Look at that. There it is.
Oh, look at the Pogo Yami though, with the pow turn.
There's the Stinger. That's the
Oh, the
newer one.
Stinger. Oh, that's
Yeah,
it.
Stinger.
Oh shit.
Okay, the question was,
Oh yeah.
how many official snow machine trails are in Alaska?
There are official, like marked and probably groomed. That would have to probably qualify for those. I'm gonna say there's 37 officially marked and groomed
Great
snow
guess.
machine trails.
Jeri with the J?
You're seriously doubting my guess. You're thinking there's way more than that, aren't you? All right, Yeti.
Yeah, she's been on
Let's
at
hear it.
least 37.
I'm gonna go with 76.
Good guess.
Okay.
President
Gonna double me?
of the Anchorage Snowmobile Club, Lisa Agnew.
What's sad is we just attended the snow track thing with the DOT conference.
She's gonna give
and
like some crazy
Where
amount,
is
like
your notes?
10,000.
You had a
they
bullet.
didn't even talk
You
about
basically
it at
had
this
a
conference.
presentation for us.
Yes. I mean, like he said, they'd have to be surveyed, and I think that's where the catch is. So, to actually have surveyed trails,
It's 37.
I'm gonna go with. I think he's pretty close.
I think so too.
Does this help?
That sounds like that TV show. With
X-Files?
Yeah.
X-Files?
X-Files.
Yeah.
X-Files or the one.
These are
Unsolved
Ala-
Mysteries
these
or
are
something?
Alaska
Yeah.
Files.
It's kind of creepy.
So 30, what'd you say, 37?
37.
You said 76?
76.
And 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna say 45.
Mayor?
Oh,
I was literally gonna say 45, but now I'll go with
54.
now I'll go with 54.
54. 54.
It's probably less than that.
350.
Holy
I'm the
shit.
closest.
You win.
Holy cow!
You
I
win.
figured
Figured it was a
hundreds.
lot more than that, but
Are you a flat bill girl hat kind of girl? Flat bill?
a flat bill?
Flat bill hat.
Yeah,
Or like
monster.
Tucker.
Monster
Or do you wear
energy.
curved hats?
No, flat.
Yeah, you win a hat.
Ooh.
Over
Oh,
there.
snap.
There
You
you
probably wear Monster Energy flat
Yeah, I
bills,
could see
huh,
you
don't
one of those.
I could see you.
Yeah.
With the hell of just rolling coal smoke in the F-350 power stroke.
We're not judging you. All right, last question. How many official miles of snow machine trails are in Alaska? So now you know there's 350 trails, but how many miles does that
350 trails
Hey, no cheating,
times
man.
an average trail length.
No,
Of
are you going to
10
be okay, you're going to
miles.
calculate it? Okay, page 37 there
She's
maybe,
got
Lisa?
that shit
How
in
many
there.
trails were there again?
There was 350 trails. So how many
350.
miles?
There's
snow
about
machine trails.
40,000 miles of trails.
Very good guess. Very
I
good
just
guess.
did some average math that
There you go. That was good.
makes
That was
me
good.
kind of
That was
sound
good.
smart.
I mean, look at how
40,000.
big our damn state is. It's got to be a big number.
They did say this one at the conference.
They did?
Yeah,
Oh,
they did.
no.
That's why I'm like,
So my math was, I'll just give it up. My math was 360 something trails on an average of say 10 miles per trail on average. Because there's going to be some trails that are short, some trails that are hundreds of miles long. It's probably way more than 10 miles average. But if you just like want to throw an average, you guys run trails. What's like an average trail run? A 40 miles turn there and back?
I would say 70,
Right.
60, 70.
Yeah, it's not unheard of to do 100, 200 miles in a day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long day, but
Jeri. Oh, she's going to bust out the calculator. Don't
gotta
forget
get
to carry the
calculator.
2.
Yep.
Lisa.
in the decimal point.
No pressure, Prez. Mayor, you got something over there? He's over there thinking.
He is
32,000.
32,000. Okay, that's what she was going to say.
32,770.
Okay, that was exact. I like that.
Oh,
Jeri,
I'm going to go with 37,000.
37,000. Okay, good. Lisa,
I'll go high on this one. I'll say 50,000. That's probably really
everybody's
high.
really tight on the
Yeah.
guessing. Where is it? What is it?
67,450.
Fucking hey, man. That totally makes sense.
That's a lot.
It was
There's a lot more.
ridiculous
You know,
number.
I'm
Well, just
actually
think about
more
like
surprised.
do they count like the Iron Dog?
Oh hell
That's
yeah!
what I was
that
wondering
has to
if
be.
they-
Like that's
Yeah.
1,000 something there, and then there's so many trails.
That's a majorly surveyed,
Yeah.
marked.
And then what about the trails
Groom.
like between villages and stuff like that? I'm sure those are marked.
That's got to all be
Groom.
involved in that, right?
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
a lot of miles.
That's an average of 165 miles.
165 average of those of all that.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean,
It makes sense though. It does.
think about that
Yeah.
Petersville trail. How far can you go on that?
There's a lot of
They're
trails
all over the place.
A lot,
I mean,
right?
yeah. I mean, there's the main road, and then there's the East-West Express,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, that
and
one's-
and
There's the Chulitna heading out that way.
yeah,
Dude, the damn Iditarod Trail.
I did it right. Yeah, that's
yeah,
what we
which
said.
is
The Iron
which
Dog.
is like the Iron
Yeah.
Dog, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's what it was.
You guys a part of that Iron Dog stuff? You guys head out there and watch and pull up a booth and all that?
I got to see
We-
the ending one time
Yeah.
in Nome.
I think for me it
Or
was
not
like
no.
we definitely support it. We'll have
Yeah.
them come and speak at one of the meetings. So at each of the meetings we have a guest speaker.
Yeah.
I think Chad's supposed to speak at this meeting.
Because we went last year to the last year or the year before. We had
2 years
Team
ago.
10 boys in here.
Yeah.
Mike and
Mike and Chris Olds.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike
yeah,
Morgan, Chris Olds, Team 10.
Yeah. No different team numbers, but
Yeah,
it was fun. But there was a whole
switched
bunch
it
of
up.
booths and food and stuff like that. I mean, that's something would be great. I mean, I bet the ending is awesome in Nome. Or they switch it up, don't they?
No, it is. It's Nome.
It was in
It's
Nome, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I if there's any chance you guys could get affiliated with that pre-race kind of environment, I think that would be perfect.
There's so many families out there.
We've
Yeah,
been a part of it several times. It's just since COVID, it's just
Yeah.
trying to get things
Yeah,
back to
getting
normal again.
Yeah, getting traction again. Yeah.
What other community events? I know you guys just did Alaska Outdoor Council's thing. You guys have some other events coming up?
Yeah, we had the swap meet last month. We're bringing that back, so that's gonna happen every year here on out. And
What's
then
that called?
Is swap meet.
Like it
Anchorage
doesn't-
Snowmachine Club swap meet.
What does that mean? Like buy and swap, sell gear and machines?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you had like an old snow machine you wanted to sell or gear, you could bring it out there. And
Or if you're looking for something that's not 36,000.
Trailers.
yep.
Trailers?
Yeah,
I'm
we had
looking
guy
for a
selling
belt for an
trailer.
85 SS.
Yeah, you got
You'd
that.
Anybody
be
got a belt for that?
surprised.
You should probably go to the Alaska Snowmobile Salvage. They're the ones that got them. Those kind
Yeah.
of things.
Yeah.
So like next, I think, this weekend we're going to be at the AMDS. Mike Duffy's hosting that Avalanche seminar Friday. So we'll make an appearance there. We're going to be speaking at the Awaken Productions film.
Yep. Was that
November
Beartooth?
11th.
No,
That's up on Hilltop.
That's okay.
At 5 o'clock. So we'll have a table there and be speaking about the clubs.
You got your speech ready, Jeri?
This is new. No, we have not discussed this yet.
First I've heard of this.
She's like, oh,
Yeah.
so write a speech.
Yeah. So she. Yeah.
I haven't
I'm
told you
pulling her
yet. But
into it. I've mentioned it
Little
at the
do you
board
know,
meeting.
This is coming up soon.
It has been
Yeah,
mentioned.
the last board meeting, I missed half of it. So
That's true. You were in Girdwood
I was in
hot
Girdwood
tubbing.
playing.
And then my partner, he started the Chugach Back Country Freeriders, and so they partnered with Alaska Toy Tow. So for $150 a year, you get medevac and sled slinging, toy slinging bundled into it, which is a really good deal. It's like a tank of gas for trucks. So,
they need that for ATVs.
Yep, he does that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a guy.
You can sign up and it's either one?
Mm-hmm.
What's it called again?
It's Chugach Back Country Freeriders, so it's akcbf.org, and that membership will get you the Alaska Toy Tow and the medevac for a year.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's actually called Alaska Guardian Angels is the company here in town that does it.
Okay.
So they grew up together and they partnered. But they'll be speaking at the Awaken event, and then we're going to have a booth and be speaking for the Anchorage Snowmachine Club at that event. Jeri doesn't know it yet, but we're going to do it.
And what are the dates on that?
So, this Friday is the AMDS Avalanche Seminar. You can pre-register online.
And that's the one with Mike Duffy?
Yep.
Okay.
He's coming up from the lower 48.
That's Friday the 10th.
Who's
no,
Mike Duffy?
that's this Friday.
Oh, this Friday, like 2 days from now.
2 days
Oh,
from
okay.
now.
Yeah,
and then November 11th is the Awaken Productions film premiere, and so there'll be tons of
What was the date
vendors
on
at
that again? You said?
November 11th.
November 11th. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that's
think
next
that's-
Saturday,
Correct.
I think.
Yep.
No, it's 2 from now. That's when the show comes out. You're going to this show.
Oh, cool.
November 11th on YouTube.
We'll have to mention it. That's cool. And then some other events. We've got our general meeting coming up too. Chad's our guest speaker on that one.
Who's Chad?
Chad Winberg's going to be talking about
A to D Chad?
clutching. Yeah.
Sweet.
So
What did you say? ADD, Chad?
A to D.
A2D.
Oh,
I don't know.
ADD, Chad. You know him? You can't sit still?
I hope he's not listening to this.
Sorry, Chad.
I mean, everybody knows A to D Chad, and what he's done. To
Chad, the tire guy.
he's everything motorsports guy now.
Got it.
But say
supposed to
like,
get some tires from him.
the
guy.
gearhead,
Yeah,
motorhead,
he does sell
snow
tires.
machine, small motor, bro head guy.
All of it.
Like
Yeah.
he's the man in that realm.
Yep.
So he's
If you want it
built-
souped up, he's your guy.
Yeah, he's built quite the business around
Yep. I
that
know
cool
who it is.
little niche there.
I never met him, but I know who you guys are talking about.
Yep. November 15th is our general club meeting. So be there for it. 7 o'clock at the IBW building. November.
Free hot dogs and chips.
Actually, Meatloaf.
Meatloaf. We should bring a meatloaf.
We should do that.
If you guys come, we'll bring a meatloaf.
We need to find out
And
when
we'll
the
figure out the
actual
red sauce.
It's
anniversary date is.
Laroma
and
Bakery,
do a meatloaf
Bakery meatloaf.
day.
A meatloaf.
Yeah, like whatever month
80
it
bucks.
was.
Oh, you can buy the whole meatloaf?
Yeah, Laroma Bakery, man.
La Roma? Is that the same as Nusagaya?
Yeah.
You can buy a
So
meatloaf?
doing that.
Really? Like cooked?
Meatloaf and salad.
Really?
Not to jump back on the meatloaf thing just real quick if you guys made meatloaf sandwiches though.
No, I've
I
never
love
What?
meatloaf.
Just bread on
Doesn't
bread?
matter what
Yeah,
it
because
is.
usually you cut like a
Loaf
big.
on loaf?
This is a loaf on a loaf.
It's all carbs?
Well, you have like a standard piece of meatloaf. I'd say maybe like 2 inches thick, and you cut
That's
it
the
in half.
standard?
Yeah.
Damn. He's like, yep.
Yeah, you want that thick. So you cut that sucker in half and it goes right on a meatloaf.
Wow.
Anyway, it makes a hell of a sandwich with some cheddar.
Go on that old school, that white bread.
Oh, hella white bread.
Yeah.
Oh, the Wonder Bread?
Like
Wonder
the kind of
bread.
white bread you make a PBJ out of. Like
Yeah, the Wonder Bread.
Yes.
The best grilled cheese sandwich, too.
With some mustard.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Mustard?
On meatloaf?
Come on, bro.
Oh, yeah, I'd go mustard for sure.
What?
Yeah.
Like a
On
regular
sandwich?
yellow?
Judging us
Yeah.
'cause they don't
Or like
know.
a spicy brown?
Oh, that too.
No, just
Okay.
I could go either way.
old school 89-cent
Okay,
yellow
so
mustard.
Okay. Dang, he said 89
I don't
cents.
want to get back on the
I'll
meatloaf
take it.
thing, and I just okay, that's enough.
Okay, we're
All
back.
right, we're back.
We're
All
hungry around
General Club meeting the 15th.
Yes.
And then, are you guys gonna pre-schedule rides or kind of play the weather? Is there a mix of both?
We'll probably in the next
Pre-schedule.
by December have
A schedule.
the rides
Yeah.
during
Even
normal riding season.
and
set
even
up.
have them flexible for a potential date change if you have to, or do you got to stick true to those dates? And
I'm sure it's a lot of work to.
I mean, we're not going to go out there if it's white out.
okay,
It's just not
yeah,
safe.
you'll just cancel the
It's
ride.
flat
And
light.
unfortunately, that ride
Reschedule.
won't happen. Or
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, we're planning on doing our ladies' clinics in December because the ride hasn't really, hit hard yet. Although you and I were riding in Petersville December 10th last year.
True.
So
That's
We'll
not
see
very
what this year's
common
like.
to be riding close to home that early, though.
yeah, true.
That's comes once
But
every
last
10
year
years or
was-
whatever. Yeah, it was exceptional.
Yeah, but, I mean, also there's not a lot of close to home places to ride. Unless Turney and Hatcher would be the closest.
Yeah.
I always felt like Petersville was close to home still ride. Close to home
It's
ride
not that
still.
far.
It's a long day, but
Yeah.
you can still do it in a day.
Well, let us know when you have the dates and the infos and the graphics, and we'll definitely share it on the page. Try to get some folks out there
Great.
on the day ride.
Sure.
If not, if we don't show up ourselves,
Yeah, that
That
sounds
would
pretty
be
fun to go
awesome.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would
We've
be
got
fun.
The adjustment seminar coming up too.
like
with
back
Alaska.
adjustment.
We should
a
have a
chiropractor
chiropractor
out there
there.
What time is this at and where?
Where is this at?
Stop for a beer break and he's like, come here, come here.
Just get you fully cracked.
The guys over at Alaska Cycle Center show up and be like, I'm here to get my back adjusted.
Yeah, like well, sir.
No, Alaska Cycle Center is graciously putting on an adjustment seminar, just like preseason check with your sled kind of thing, things to look out for. That's a great one for everyone to attend. And that's on the 18th.
My preseason check is take my sled to Chad, and then he says it's good. And I just put gas in it and go.
You guys ride
Straight
ATVs
up.
in the summer?
Dirt bikes.
Dirt bikes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I grew up on dirt bikes.
Yeah. What
I
about you?
used to when I was married. Had a Can-Am, looked like Bumblebee.
Like a-
Freaking badass.
That's exactly what I have.
That's 650.
Pretty
Outlander
beefy.
yellow.
We had she was
I'm a
decked
bee,
out.
I'm a bee.
I miss that thing. Those things
actually,
are
that's
like
exactly
riding
what
in a Bentley. I'm sorry, compared to the players.
Oh, listen, I
Can-Am
will say
all the way.
Yes,
Sorry.
I agree. I agree.
Perfect. It just so
The
happens
seats
that
are just
our new sponsor,
Yes,
Alaska Mining,
ADMS, Alaska
Alaska
Mining
Mining and
Dives.
Diving, happens to sell Can-Am. So make sure to go check those out.
Yep, and even better, I got that 6x6 from them.
Jeri said
that thing is
they're
badass.
certified. So go get one.
The woman in your life will love you as she sits
Oh,
princess
okay.
next.
Actually,
Next
can you
to
go ahead
you
and
and-
can you say that into the
just-
camera one more time? Where should they go?
Where should they go
Where
get a
should they go
Can-Am
buy
and
a
a Skidoo?
Can-Am at?
Where should they go?
AMDS.
Oh, their own one-stop shop.
There you go.
That's it.
Okay, got it. Boom. Throw it on the TikTok.
Nick's going to love that.
Where can people find this information? Where can people find you guys as far as online? Is there an email list? You guys sending out like a monthly newsletter to
Yeah.
all that stuff? Where's some info on that?
So we started, this was one of the things we kind of take the old timers across the line on. But we started posting our newsletter on the Facebook page. I think it's You've got
This
it
one
up.
here?
Yep, you've got it up.
Facebook.com/Anchorage Snowmobile Club. I'm sure you can just search for it.
Yep. And so there's also a writers group. So once you become a member, you get added to the writers group page, different private elite page.
Oh, there's a website, AnchorageSnowmobileClub.com.
Yep.
There's an elite page?
There's an elite writers page.
Oh, shit, that's
Only
the brat,
for
that's
club
the
members.
Brat boys. Yeah, there's a Squirrel Flat crew.
There it is. There it is. And what does the membership cost and get you?
So with the membership, obviously you get to participate in the club meetings. You get to
that is the
participate in
flats
all
right
the
there.
raffles. That's on the backside of Mount Ascension,
Oh, okay.
down on
This
Lost
is?
Lake. Yeah, so if you
Man,
were
that's
to go
beautiful.
Okay.
up
Look at
over, yeah.
Primrose side.
that. Wow.
So are these all group rides? I don't mean to jump in.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Yeah, so
Oh, look at that.
we do organize
Oh, shit.
group rides.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
That's like one
40
of our big things
years.
with safety is making sure that you've got someone to ride with at all times. So if you got ousted out of your group, you can always come hang out with us.
Gotcha.
I really think that that's a really cool change up in the snow machine culture that I've seen. Is that like willingness to get out on social media or reach out like, hey man, I'm gonna so-and-so homie's backed out, I'm loaded up, I want to ride, like is anybody down to meet me at the parking lot or whatever? And
Yeah.
you know, before you know
You'll
it,
find
guys are
somebody.
hitting you up like, hey man, we'll be there this time, and you may not know these guys, but at least you're not going riding by yourself.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
you got to be careful as a female. You hop on the snow shredders and you're like, hey, can I come ride?
But yeah.
All of a sudden, there's like 50 different offers out there.
It's just a bunch of DM slides.
that before. No one.
They're like, I just opened up a spot on my
Is
sled
that all
deck.
they need to
Let's
do?
go. You
Just
can ride-
so
I
you
just
happy.
can
need to
ride with
post on
me
there and
even.
somebody will just come get me. Is that how that works?
Yeah. No, literally, you should do a social experiment this winter and you should just post on snow shredders and just be like, hey, I need a group to ride with. And all of a sudden, there'll be like 20
Like,
people
I got
that
the
jump out
sled.
of the
Somebody come get me. Who's got room? Come get me. Right now.
What's snow shutters?
Snow shredders.
Yeah.
That's another, it's a Facebook group. Actually, I think Clint Greathouse and Chad Wimberg run it.
Yeah.
And, well, there's a couple others. I think Travis Nosev does too. But yeah, there's a couple of people that are adminning it. It's been
Okay.
around for a while. It's like kind of
shutters.
but then there's like, it's funny because there's like some drama that happens every now and then, which is comical. I stay out of it. I just kind of like stay behind the curtains and watch.
Just get your popcorn out and
Yep. Yeah,
what's
there's
going
it's
on.
good stuff sometimes.
You guys are ridiculous.
And then you get like the people that break off and they do like the 3.0 and the 4.0 and but it's Snow Shredders 2.0 has the most activity on it.
gotcha.
But yeah, there's lots of like sales and stuff on there. People are looking for people to ride with.
I can only imagine what that brings.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have to jump on just to see.
Yeah.
Just to see the fireworks.
Yeah. It like gets really quiet during the summer
my
and then
God.
it picks up in the wintertime. There's a lot of activity, but I notice it like gets super quiet in the summer.
I just think about like that square pants guy that's all like matter of fact, and then you got the jokester, and then you got the know-it-all, then you got the dude that's thinks he's the shit and he's not, and then you got, you know, douchebag alley, I'm sure, all the way down the line. Like, that's got to be interesting, man. I've always heard about it and never, ever looked at it. Gone on it, checked it out. I was always like, man, there's got to be a bunch of fucking tools on this thing, but I don't know. I'm just being real. I thought it was going to be
keep
pretty
it real
bad.
here.
I thought it was going to be pretty bad.
There's things on there like they joke
I know
about the
there's good-
Turnigan
good dudes on there, too.
bathrooms. They joke about the parking
Yeah,
situation
so that's just
in
funny.
Turnigan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of not a joke though, but that's
Yeah.
one of the things we're working on as a club is ensuring the parking situation. We're working with DOT on that right now.
Nice.
Because there's been a lot of complaints. I don't know if you noticed, but the webcam is back up in Turnigan for DOT. It's
Oh, it was gone
it's
for a
been
while?
down for like 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's important.
How is that? How the hell they...
COVID.
they
They
don't
blamed
fix
it
it.
on COVID.
Yeah, I feel like that's a main cam.
We can't go out there and fix
Especially
this.
for folks that are, you know, doing
Yeah.
transportation and logistics and stuff back and forth
Well,
from
you
the peninsula.
think it's important to keep that corridor as a priority for plowing too.
Absolutely.
But there's been some issues with that in the past. But now that DOT has taken over snow track funds this year, which is new,
Oh,
and they're going to do some federal matching stuff, they've got a lot more flexibility with it than it used to be managed by Alaska State Parks. But now it's in DOT hands, and they can do some federal grant matching stuff. And they're committed to ensuring that that money gets back to the Snowmachine trails and people that can apply and get in on that. So
yeah. Well, just as important to Snowmachine trails are road conditions to get to the
trails.
Snowmachine trailhead, right?
correct, yeah.
So
And ensuring the parking lot is
all
properly
that,
plowed.
yeah, it's sanded and salted. I mean, you run at 6:30 in the morning on a highway when it's 10 below or 20 degrees, whatever the swings are.
It's
It can get dicey,
Sketchy.
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
you gotta be
remember the
careful.
last time I was there, everybody was getting stuck all over the place trying to park place.
It's like you're stuck in the Turnagain parking lot before you even get out
Right.
to ride.
And most guys are like, all right, well, we'll go ride. And then
Come
when
back
we
and
get
deal with
back,
this.
we'll get unstuck later.
Yeah.
We'll deal with it later.
Yeah, and
exactly.
then only half the trucks can actually fit in the parking lot because everybody's twisted and stuck and taken
Yep.
up. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you guys want to comment on that we missed? Maybe something else that we didn't touch upon that
You
is
didn't
important?
you didn't open the thesaurus
I know
of
she's got something.
Yeah, is there or do we cover it pretty good?
I don't know. I came on the show and I was just like, I think this year is our year, Jeri, to like empower other women to get out there and ride and just break down those barriers. Don't be scared. Obviously, you and I have both been there. A lot of us are still there sometimes. And so, we just want to be able to welcome other females into the community too. And Anchorage Snowmobile Club's a great place to start. And then even a lot of the dealerships will help you. AMDS, Anchorage, Polaris, Yamaha, Team CC, all our awesome sponsors, obviously. They'll be out there and they'd be quick to help you out with making sure you get on the right sled too. But, with that said, it's very expensive, come to the Anchorage Snowmobile Club. We can help with that too, just with advice, maybe you shouldn't ride a Scandic at Lost Lake or,
Yeah, some simple advice.
Yeah.
Is there if someone wanted to reach out to you guys, what's the best way for them to do that? Through email, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, any of those?
Any of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facebook, website,
Jeri,
Instagram.
yeah.
TikTok.
Are you guys personally managing that? I mean, when someone messages, are you guys the one responding and
For the
getting
most
back
part.
to them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
everyone,
that says a lot.
pretty much all the
You
board
know?
members have access to the Facebook. Instagram's a little trickier, but
Yeah.
we're trying to get that worked out with Meta right now. But we do manage it ourselves too. So if you message us, it's not like some dude's gonna respond back like you're a lost cause. We're actually gonna say it'll be one of us that messages back.
Sure.
Great.
Yeah.
Good to know.
And there's
Go
other
straight to the source.
we've got the two Michelles that ride too there, and Turnagain Softcore showed up at our meeting last week.
Turning in softcore, what's that?
The ladies who kind of shred. They're
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
They
That
make
sounds
some pretty badass videos. Yeah.
Turning in softcore. That's
Sounds like
hilarious.
that sounds like
a
sounds like they're straight wearing mom
That's like
pants.
yeah,
my
man,
jam.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can kind of do it.
Yeah.
Turn against. Oh my
there.
God, that is so badass, dude.
Yeah, and her goal, there's so many women out there that I know that want to, meet other women who ride, and they want to
Yeah.
get together. And so, when she showed up, she's like, I just want to, get us all together and go ride. It's a very welcoming environment. And I just don't want other females to be intimidated by the bro ski
Yeah,
environment.
yeah. It's okay to change the narrative with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
At this point,
Yep.
for sure. I mean, it's never going to go away. It's so strong, and it's what snow machine culture in Alaska is. Maybe snow machine culture, period, is.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool to see you're actually doing something to make a difference in that. You can talk about it, and we should do this, and we should do that. But by committing your time to president, vice president, and leadership, women leadership roles in the club, I mean, you guys are.
It's like a second job.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I didn't realize it was going to be this much work.
Well, you guys are in prime position. I think you timed this perfectly. It sounds like maybe some like fate and timing of things just happened for a reason that brought you guys together for where you're at. But it sounds really exciting. I can tell you, me personally, Alaska Wild Project, we are 100% behind what you guys are doing, and I think you get more females and women involved. It just reaps benefits for the market, for the demographic, the people, for sales, for like design of gear. Like it opens up a whole nother thing, for businesses and things like that are still kind of untapped, you know? Yeah. But it's cool you guys are doing something to be difference makers and game changers in it. So great work. Keep it up. Yeah.
And thanks for coming in and chatting with us. I know you guys are maybe a little hesitant or nervous, but you slid right in there just nice.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for having us. It's been fun.
Make sure to keep us posted too on pop-ups or events and locations, what you guys are doing, because it would be really cool to collab with you guys and just come out. Obviously we can promote you on our show, but if we can be present, or if the timing is right, or we can, being there and supporting it goes a long way too.
Yeah,
it'd be fun.
Yeah, so we can promote the crap out of that.
Collab.
Come to our.
We'll bring the hot tub.
How to back up your trailer clinic
with the Astro Cab. I'm gonna call that guy.
Yeah, man. Where's the hot tub at, Astro man? Shoes. Okay, thank you, ladies. Thanks for coming on. Thank you, Alaska, for listening. AlaskaWildProject.com, Anchorage Snowmobile Club.com, also on Facebook, Instagram. Thank you to all the Patreon members. Thank you to all the sponsors that sponsor our show. By spending your money at our sponsors' businesses, you guys are directly helping out the podcast. So thank you for all of you that do that. And as always, Alaska, please
stay wild.
You'll remember my speaking to you of what I call your overcautiousness. Are you not overcautious when you assume that you cannot do what the enemy is constantly doing?
The Alaska Wild Project podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Barney's Sports Chalet, supplying hunters with the best hand-selected gear since 1963. The exclusive home of frontier gear built for the rugged Alaskan terrain. Your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Visit Barney's today at 906 West Northern Lights.
Big Rays, the Alaskan outfitter, committed to outfitting Alaskans across the state since 1947. Whether you're a recreator, parent, guide, or corporate buyer, Big Rays has the gear you need, tailored for Alaska's harsh conditions. Check out their new exclusive line of Auralic waders. Big Rays for all your outdoor gear and rugged work attire. BigRays.com.
Tailored Restoration 24-hour emergency home services, helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Give them a call in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Hit them up at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Total Truck and Alaska Overlander, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlanding products, providing all-inclusive rental vehicles and trailers custom outfitted to explore the Alaskan backcountry with a unique and convenient traveling experience.
TheTreehouseAK.com, located at 341 Boniface Parkway, Alaska's own and grown cannabis and CBD store. Ask the bud tender what the strain of the day is to get your 10% off. The Treehouse, where the culture lives. AKO Farms, located in Sitka, Alaska, built from the ground up with concentrates as their single motivation, with exclusive products such as their sugar wax, full spectrum diamond sauce carts, and more. Ask your local bud tender about AKO. Marijuana has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming and addictive. Marijuana impairs concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence. There are health risks associated with consumption of marijuana. For the use of only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of the reach of children, and marijuana should not be used by women who are pregnant or breastfeeding.
The Bait Shack, located on Ship Creek upstream of the bridge. Can't miss the bright red shack. They are the go-to fishing gear rental and guide service on Ship Creek. Tight lines and fish on. Come hook into the action with them. Hit them up at thebaitshackak.com.
Lawn Pro AK, Alaska's year-round professional property maintenance team. Services include weekly lawn care, custom landscaping, fertilizing, weed control, turf repair, and more. Schedule your free estimate at lawnproak.com.
Alaska's OG cider company, Double Shovel, crafting gluten-free colonial-style ciders, founded as a healthier, non-inflammatory brew option. Drop by their Pop and Tap room in Anchorage off of 58th and Arctic, or visit the second location in Kodiak. Double Shovel, award-winning ciders.
The Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. BHA is the voice of our Alaskan public lands, waters, and wildlife. Their goal is to uphold our hunting and fishing legacy while keeping our public lands wild. Stand up today and join BHA at backcountryhunters.org.
Should you not claim to be at least his equal in prowess and act upon the claim? I say try. If we never try, we shall never succeed. This proposition is a simple truth, and it's too important to be lost sight of for a moment. If we cannot beat the enemy where he now is, we never can. It is all easy if our troops march as well as the enemy, and it is unmanly to say they cannot do it.